we're here and we're live in a live studio audience. Not really, but I like to think so. Where's my phone? Did I put my phone somewhere again? I hate when I do this. What the fuck, dude? Need to go find it. Oh, here it is. I see it. It was on my bed. Because of course it is. So I need to pull up my chat. There it is. Alright, so last time you were wanting to get information as well as a request for their, well, what they gathered from what you showed. And they'll be able to do so now. But part of the history before is also important, so they also added in like a little bit about the creator as well. The one that
Goody
actually
goody.
the one that made the objects, which you would be familiar with the name, but not as much about all the other stuff probably about him. Not as much, because you only had like the basic stuff where you're from. This goes a little bit more into detail, I think. Well, slightly more at least. So I can. Do you care if I post it in? You don't care where I post it, I guess.
You can put it wherever you'd like.
Session chat or just DM it to you. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter to me.
You can just put it in the session chat. It's fine.
Just thought I'd like.
Everyone knows Ronathan's plan at this point.
Oh, okay. All right then. Let's see.
No one is going to stop him, neither.
I'm probably gonna have to post
So it's
it
okay.
on a thing there, maybe. Did I post it in? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This one? Double check to make sure it's the right document. Wait. Yeah, I think this is the right document. Because it was longer, so I had to post it on the document.
Oh.
What's their current knowledge of certain stuff?
Okay. I copied and pasted thinking it was going to be small, and then it took up 3 whole pages.
Yeah, the notepad's pretty
No, it's
decent.
fine.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. It'll give me a lot to read while everyone else does whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering what people want to do.
I'm just going to quickly copy this into my notepad so it actually text wraps.
Perfectly fine.
Ronathan will at some point role play what he tells you, but not at the moment because I have to read.
Yeah, like in and out of character, which is really funny to me. It makes perfect sense, though.
Yeah, I would be very happy with reading this, and then I would still ask the lady. Well, actually, I'll roleplay this. When she inevitably brings the artifacts back, I assume Ronathan will give them back to Sarah, and just wink and say,
"Okay,
thanks." And then he's gonna turn back towards the librarian and be like, "So, about that favor I asked for."
Yeah, we didn't actually hear what exactly you were wanting yet.
Well, for such a magic-versed emporium as this, it shouldn't be too difficult for you to potentially find me a ring of spell storing, would it?
We probably have something like that, I think. He like kind of turns it over to the assistant, being like, "We have something like that, right?" It's like, he's thinking. He's like, "Oh yeah, I actually had one of those on me the whole time." And he like pulls one out of his pocket, acting like he just remembered or something, being like, "Oh, it's right here." It's like, how could you forget something like that?
Jonathan will happily put it on and then tip his hat to the librarian and then pick up, I assume, is like the 5,000 page report in front of him and just
I mean, that's a
walk
decent
over
way to
to
put
a
it,
table.
yeah.
He's gonna walk over to a table and sit down and start reading.
Yeah, it's something similar to that, I guess. Would other people wish to inquire?
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Um, Actually, I think Lane will probably just sort of head on over next to Ronathan, sit down, and try and read alongside him.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. There's a perfectly good chair over there.
Sarah's messing with all the magic he's learned now.
Messing with it? Okay.
Yeah, he's testing it in controlled manners.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then they're like, good, good. You seem to be grasping it quite quickly for someone of a different, what's the word? Type. For a different type of caster.
Where are you practicing your magic at, Sarah?
Probably like over here away from the books.
Damn.
That's probably a good idea, though.
No, not damn, because the books that catch on fire. Damn, because I had something.
I mean, there's definitely a chance they could have. Yeah, that's why it's like probably safer not to. Granted, they probably have words or something on it, I'd imagine, because like they're not stupid.
How loud are you being, Sarah?
Yeah, how loud?
Well, it's magic and there's some lightning in there, so you definitely can
Yeah,
hear him
it's
do
definitely loud unless you do something with it. Yeah.
Goody goody. Okay. Well, Ronan, hearing Sarah use his lightning magic, Ronathan, sorry, I forgot. We're not stupid at the moment. We're smart. Is gonna look up from his papers and then slowly put his papers down and put like one of his many pieces of armor or weapon on top of the paper so they don't blow away, and then go walk over to Sarah.
I mean, it's a good idea.
As he walks over, he's gonna watch him be using all the fancy magic and be like, "So, I have a favor to ask from you, Sarah."
like the sound of this. What is it?
Well, I got this shiny new ring, you see, because the dum-dum can't cast magic and doesn't have range. But I think I have found a workaround. You are well adept and versed in all things arcane. Would you, and he's going to hold the ring out, mind helping?
What do you need?
Well, it's a ring of spell storing. I can put spells in it, so... Spells.
Okay, like this, you certainly know what a spell is. Is there something specific you require?
I don't know. What spells do you have?
What? It's a long list. Just tell me, are you looking for an attack, something defensive? Narrow it down a bit. I have a lot of magic that I'm capable of doing.
This thing can store so many levels worth, so whatever your favorite are. So, do you got a shield of faith, maybe?
No, but I have the magical shield that I use whenever I get hit. You know, the rare times that happens.
Ah, yes, the times that you crumple like paper. Noted. Not very effective. I don't want that one.
It's funny because it's kind of true.
Sarah's
Thanks
giving
for
you a
admitting to it.
look like you're asking me for help and you're insulting my magic.
Oh, Shadow.
He's gonna think for a minute, and then he's gonna go, do you have any, like, blasting ones? Things I can hit like multiple targets with? I don't know. Useful
No,
things.
I know
I
one.
just I learned how to cast Fireball. I
Ah,
stole a tip from Lane and learned Wall of Fire.
wow.
I have Wall of Force now, which is going to be fun to trap enemies. Mm. You got my Hypnotic Pattern, which is one of my most useful ones. Since Ronan can't concentrate on a spell, giving him a spiritual weapon as well could be a fun time.
I can or can't concentrate.
I think
Can't.
Barbarian specifically can
Because
find
his
that.
utility with magic is significantly less than yours. I can feel it. So something he doesn't have to focus on might be more helpful. Takes a
Well,
lot of brain power to use spells effectively. I'm sure you're aware.
I am. Which is why I'm trying to just increase our arsenal, because Big Man just likes to smash things with his hammers, and I would much rather prefer to get less dirty.
My suggestion in that case is probably a fireball and then a spiritual weapon. And then I suppose if your ring can fit anything else, something defensive on the off chance he does take damage. But if you want crowd control, fireball is probably your best option.
I don't want to use spells that you yourself can potentially use for getting rid of things. I'm looking for things that can help me make things dead faster.
Fireball does that too.
Yes, but let's be honest. If we give the other one Fireball, and you're in the middle of the enemies, I don't think he has the computing power to not hit you with Fireball.
Fire doesn't harm me that much. I don't know if you've noticed.
Damn.
He thinks about it for a minute, and then he remembers that you said you got something from Lane, and he goes, everyone's a spellcaster here, yes?
Yes, including yourself. You know you can put spells into your own ring, I would presume, at least.
If I could cast spells,
You can't?
I can do this, and you'll watch him make a small miniature fireball in his hand and then snuff it out, and he goes, and that's it.
I thought this Sarah like does the whole thing with his hands. Like, I thought all of this was different than the other one. You can't cast magic either.
No, I can shoot things, make guns and bullets.
I can shoot things.
Interesting. But yes, everyone except for you then.
Alright, I'll let you get back to it. Might come find you later to take you up on the fireball deal.
Alright.
What are Lanes and Mitten doing?
Yeah, what are y'all doing?
Lane is very visibly spellcasting. He has a little mage hand holding up the book as
Oh.
he's sort of reading through it, a little bit. He still has kept the sword in the place that it needs to be, so you don't lose use of it, but he's starting to flip through it a little bit. Your absence.
Mittens is talking to his familiar, specifically in Goblin because it's funny.
Goblin.
Yeah.
Out of all languages, Goblin. Surprising.
Well, I had to pick another Fey language. I was given I think Sylvan for free, and then I had to pick one for Phalos, and
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Phalos was really
Goblin
restricted in the languages you could get.
Yeah, it probably is.
And I thought
Jonathan.
Goblin was funny.
Oh, go.
And I've seen people roleplay Goblin as like just random sounds with like hand movements all over the place.
It'd be like like Nine and whatever else, like random animalistic noises, I would imagine.
Yeah. But Mittens is
Very tribal sounding, probably.
Yeah. And it's just communicating with there's probably different dialects of Goblin I would
Oh, yeah.
imagine, because hobgoblins also speak Goblin.
That's
but
true,
they would
yeah.
probably have a more sophisticated,
More refined version, yeah.
yeah. Like bugbears and regular goblins would probably have like. But yeah, no, just talking in Goblin because in subs they're not. No one else can understand them.
What would be the basic thing you were talking about?
The whole like what do you do when you possess when you possess mittens? Like what the fuck do you do?
When he possesses when he possesses you, or what?
Yeah, because Mittens doesn't know, because Mittens goes like basically like his mind disappears when the familiar does things. Just haven't been flavoring it.
It's a good question, yeah. I imagine
Like
it's just kind of like an aspect maybe of you in some way, like just enhances you.
But a lot more ruthless.
Yeah, a little bit
Because
more
it's
ruthless.
mercy upon ourselves.
Yeah, a little bit. Makes you more resilient, whereas they take a little bit more of the harm than you, probably. And you not remembering would probably be an aspect of that because they wouldn't want you to feel bad about it. So that could be a flavor thing, too. Because obviously a familiar doesn't want their master to feel any discomfort if possible. I mean, they probably wouldn't want any either, but they're probably going to have it anyway. But, you know.
That's why the familiar fits so well with Mittens, Mittens can give temporary hit points to the familiar, so the familiar doesn't lose as many hit points.
It's true.
Jonathan will walk over to Lane and throw his hand over Lane's shoulder as he's reading and be like, Lane! Friend!
Hey.
Looks at him. Yeah?
That's not vicious at all.
What's up? What can I help you with?
He's gonna pull in closer and be like, I don't mean to bother your studying, as it looks like you are well versed in magic. But could you help a friend out?
Always. I mean, you made these for me. Least I can do is help you out. What can I do for you?
You're gonna slap him on the back and be like, perfect! So, and he's gonna show him his new ring. I got this ring, and I can put spells in it. I can't cast magic myself. However, you seem to be able to cast a lot of magic. So I was hoping you could put some of that in the ring, so I can use it.
Yeah, I definitely can. That depends on what kind of magic you want to put in there.
Well, seeing as you're the talkative type, what spells do you have?
This is what I imagined. Close enough.
Well.
Oh, hello there.
Well, you seem to be the kind who would love to hear all the details, so I guess we can start from the very top of things. There's some
Please.
spells that are a little bit on the more basic side, so I don't know if that's what you would want to throw in there, but a lot of cantrips are really, really useful for utility, although, from my understanding, storing them in a ring is probably not advisable, so you can fill it with more powerful things. But, let's talk about those powerful things. I have spells that can heal people, I have spells that can heal multiple people, I have spells that bolster people for hours at a time, I have spells that make people more accurate, I have spells that make people invisible, I have spells that bring people back from the brink of death, although I think we're gonna need some diamonds to put that in the ring, which we'll have to probably buy, but that's no big deal. I have spells that can cancel other spells. I have spells that can end other spells. I have spells that can teleport you and a friend and hit people with a little bit of thunder. I have spells that can set things on fire. I have spells that can create walls of fire. I have spells that can stun people. I have spells that can burn people with acid. I have spells that can burn people with radiant green light. I have spells that can burn people with psychic energy. I have spells that can create teleportation circles.
Yeah, there you
What
go.
what
That's
what do you want to hear more about?
Hey,
Well, that all
son.
sounds great. I'm looking for, I don't know. I've heard of these spells. They're called like Shield of Faith or Bless. Do you have anything like that?
Oh, bless! I can put bless in there.
Yes, please.
Is it your max level? Like what? Is it like 5 or something like? Is that what
I can
yours
hold
is
up
right
to
now?
5. Yeah, I can hold up to 5 levels worth of spells.
That's what I'm
So,
saying.
like, I
Because I
can
think
hold up
Lane's is
to
5
burn
right now because they're a warlock.
Yeah, I can only put in a fifth level
One
slot.
spell, only one spell.
Hey, it's a free 5th level spell.
Yeah, a
Every
5th level
warlock
bless would
from
be
every short rest.
insane. That would be so good.
Level bless is
Overkill.
that's gonna be
That'd be enough
7
for
We
yeah,
could use it every short rest because warlocks
everybody.
get spells back on
Oh, that's
short rest. So
true.
you just
Yeah.
stick a 5th level spell slot in the ring, and I just go yeah, and then he puts another one short rest and he gets it back.
I guess
and
that's a
then
good
Ronan's
point. Yeah,
Alright.
that's not a bad
I-
idea actually.
30
What
minutes
fifth
later,
level
Lane
spell
has gone
do you
through all their spells.
Yeah.
Do
Fucking
not go to
bullets.
Besides
Mitten.
the healing one, what 5th level do you have?
I have Mass Cure Wounds
Oh,
as
shit.
well. I have Synaptic Static. I have Teleportation Circle. Those are the big, really powerful spells that I know.
That's
But
pretty
there's
good.
also a lot of power in making weaker spells stronger.
True.
Like with Bless, for instance, I can
Mhm.
at its base, Bless is not a terribly strong. It's a great spell, but it doesn't affect a lot of people. If you put a little bit of might into it, put a little bit of extra piecework into it, suddenly everyone is imbued with a little bit of divine power. You, your party members, your cat, everyone gets a little bit of extra stuff with it. Same with invisibility. At its base, it can only really affect yourself, but I can spread it a little bit thinner, give it to a lot of people at once. Aid at its base makes you a little bit tougher, but you upcast it, it makes you way, way tougher.
Damn.
That sounds great. I will take a 2nd level bless. That would be amazing.
I can't do
You can't.
second
Yeah.
level, but I can give you the full 5th level bless.
You can give me a 5th level bless.
Did you forget about mittens? They literally have a whole thing they can change it to.
Why was Mittens
No.
not the first person you went to if you
Mittens-
went? If you
Ronathan
wanted
won't get to Mittens. Mittens is
But-
speaking in fucking goblin. He's being weird.
But you
Lane's not.
also know that Mittens is a cleric.
Yeah,
Why would Mittens be the first person you go to?
yeah. Mittens has the most like category of stuff.
No. See, here's the difference. Ronathan knows Lane is gullible and talks a lot, so Ronathan
That's
exploits
true.
that.
He does talk a lot.
Then why did you start with Pharaoh?
The problem is Lane
Because-
only can cast 5th level spells.
Listen, I went to Sarah because Sarah always casts super powerful magic. So I went to you, and then you weren't very friendly. So I went to the person that I knew I could
Not very
manipulate.
friendly!
I'm friendly.
So I went
What
to
the
person
fuck,
I
dude?
could manipulate, and Lane is more than willing to help me. And then you have Mittens who's speaking in fucking over there. Who's fucking I'm not walking over there to talk
I'm not
to
even gonna
anybody.
lie. I just thought of something. Chord, certain songs of chord. There you go.
Oh god, that's
Now listen,
That's all
I
I'm
did the
hearing.
process of elimination. I went to the dude I thought had great magic. He basically told me, I don't like you very much.
He's
So
an
then I said,
asshole.
cool, I'll manipulate the gullible person into helping me.
Yeah.
And then he's more than willing to help me. And then I was gonna go to Mittens. That's why I asked what Mittens was doing, and he said he was speaking Goblin. Jonathan would not go speak to fucking Mittens while he's over there growling at
Fucking
his
Mittens,
fucking
dude.
familiar.
Based Mittens,
No.
dude. Based Mittens.
okay.
Oh,
Okay, fair.
absolutely not.
Okay, see now okay, that's fair. I get it now.
It's a thought process.
Okay, I'll give you. I get it now.
Okay.
All right. Well, Lane doesn't have second level bless, so
Yeah.
Ronathan's gonna look at him, and he's gonna kind of like look over his shoulder at Mittens, who I assume is still speaking in Goblin.
Nah, Mittens
Pat him on the back.
Mittens
He probably
con-
would have stopped by now.
Yeah, Mittens' conversation with the familiar is
Right
over.
behind you.
Yeah.
He's dismissed that.
I would assume
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty
just-
quick.
He's gonna pat Lane on the back and be like, "I'm gonna go talk to the other magic caster." And
Oh
I'll
wait, there's
probably be back."
something I forgot to mention to you. I can do first level Creator Destroy Waters if you want, so I can fill it with 5 castings of that if you want that.
Does that work?
I don't think you would, but I figured I'd mention it just in case.
You see him rub his mane, and he goes, "Tempting. Why don't we put a pin in it, and I'll come back when I'm done."
You know, it'd be funnier if you actually had a pen and you put it in something.
God,
That
is so
that would have been
this is
comical.
stupid, but it's so funny.
Yeah, this is good for anniversary.
And then he's gonna
because,
slowly and awkwardly back away to go talk to Mittens.
slowly backs away. Hold on, I have something for that. I think. Let me see. Just like the Homer meme.
Fading into the bushes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
I already-
exactly what he does.
That's literally just you.
Mid-sentence, and then Ronathan's just gonna leave him rambling as he just walks off.
He just like looks and then like just slowly, walks away. So anyway.
Yeah, basically. Ronathan's gonna walk over to Mittens, who's done speaking in gibberish to Ronathan anyway, and he's just gonna put his hands behind his back and lean in very close and go, "So, there was some interesting conversations you were having there."
It was the only language that Mittens was certain and no one else here spoke.
Ronathan will laugh slightly and go, "Yep, it sounded like snarling. It's very interesting. I have a favor to ask."
What is it?
So you're really good at using magic, as I can see from you having multiple familiars. I happen to get this shiny new ring, and he's going to show his ring. What spells do you have that you'd be willing to put in the ring so I can use them? Because I can't cast magic.
Well, I do have a spell that could be useful for either you or the brute. It's called Command. You say a single word, which I'm sure Ronan can say a single word, and your target must follow it.
This is the most Mittens has ever talked at once.
I agree.
It's so condescending. It's so funny.
I know, right?
He thinks, and he goes, "Yeah, that sounds useful. But I was thinking more along the lines of like Bless or Shield of Faith."
Oh yes, Mittens has both of those as well. Mittens also has Guiding Bolt and some very interesting things, such as check second level spells.
Check slow. Very, very good, very good. Because keep in mind, you can upcast too. I mean, that also counts.
Checks third level spells.
Which could also be upcast, yeah. There's definitely ideas.
Checks fourth level spells.
Just looking through. I mean, that's also an option.
Checks fifth level spells.
And fifth level spells. Oh my god. What kind of spells you looking at there, bud?
Everything on the cleric spell list has concentration.
Oh, everything? Is it? Pretty much.
Not everything, but like
Just about.
basically everything.
I think you might be right. Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
clerics are very concentration dependent.
Just
Yeah,
go
they
to
are.
Ronan.
Mittens has freedom of movement.
Oh
Guardian
yeah,
of
that
Faith.
would work. That would work. Yeah.
Sarah's watching at this point. Like, this is watching
Yeah,
this
because
conversation.
freedom of movement would just be something you could have on you at all times for an hour or whatever.
I don't think Ronan needs freedom of movement with 70 feet of movement.
Well, it's misleading because you can't get like paralyzed and stuff basically,
That's what we get a ring of free action for.
or restrained. Imagine that. Like that's a Baldur's Gate item. I don't know if I would add that one or not.
That's what you get a ring of free action for.
Oh, jeez. Maybe, I don't know, man. That sounds like a crazy item to have. That item's crazy.
It also the freedom movement also lets you use 5 feet of movement to automatically escape non-magical restraints.
Oh, is that what that
Manacles
is?
or creatures that have grappled you. Finally, being underwater imposes no penalties to the target's movement speed or attacks.
Oh, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
No difficult terrain and stuff like that too, which is nice.
And yeah, no difficult terrain as well. Magical and non-magical.
Sadly, we can only have 5 levels of spell.
Yeah.
Vital Surge is pretty good too, because it targets multiple creatures and lasts a
Oh
long
yeah,
time.
yeah. Vital Surge, but the thing is with Vital Surge is it's kind of not
still
really something. That's
still-
something Mitten should cast on people.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Because it's like a heal thing, yeah.
Yeah. But Mittens doesn't cast that on people because Mittens is dumb.
Dumb.
Uh,
Holy Weapon. Just like put Holy Weapon in there and be like, here, bud.
yeah, but the problem is this concentration.
Spiritual
Oh, it
weapon a
is.
good option.
Yeah. Spiritual Weapon's still a good
Yeah.
option.
But here's the thing: I can't cast spells while raging, but I
That's
can
true.
cast spells and then rage, and I do
Yeah.
have a +9 for con saves.
Yeah,
That-
that's true.
Well, while raging, you cannot concentrate on
Yeah,
spells.
you can't concentrate. So it'd have to be a
Yeah.
non-concentration spell, I think.
Yeah.
No, hold
do
on.
want
Rage? I
to-
thought you could still concentrate while raging. You just
It's-
can't cast a concentration.
As far as I remember,
Okay.
I don't think you...
Let me. Here's
says.
the very, very Ace Attorney cheesy way of reading the rules.
Okay.
If you're able to cast spells, you can't cast them or concentrate on them while raging, which makes sense. But let's look at that first bit. If
Okay.
you are able to cast spells, Ronathan cannot cast spells.
Correct.
Ronan cannot cast spells. Therefore, does that second bit really apply to them?
Damn, Ace Attorney at Law, you got me there. I don't know.
This is what we're doing. This is the
That
logic
sounds
we're
like,
using.
that sounds like some bullshit.
It does sound
Yeah,
a little bit of
do we have-
bullshit, but honestly, they're
It is
damn,
bullshit. I agree.
it is a little
Do
bullshit.
we have Murder of Agathis? Anybody?
Armor of Agthis, yeah, that's pretty good.
No,
So we have one warlock. We
Yeah.
have
No, I
precisely
don't
one.
have it.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah, I had a feeling
I'm
that'd be
sorry.
insane though. That'd be like 25 HP
No one
if they
has
did.
it.
I would've-
now
I
we're
would've-
on the way.
I would have
Be
had to
good.
pick that over Shield of Faith, but I
Oh,
don't
really?
think it was on the. Well,
Uh,
not Shield of Faith. Over Shield. I meant.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You could have learned. is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
but I don't even think it was on the list of spells that you had.
Yeah, I don't think it was. It was specific spells, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Yeah. That was
But yeah, Guiding Bolt was one. The Bless, the second level Bless is
yeah.
entirely possible.
Heck, even Inflict Wounds is decent.
Magic Miss. I have Magic Missile.
Oh,
as
Magic
well.
Missile, yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
It could be useful.
Yeah.
See, the
Yeah,
reason I
so-
said that though, the reason I mentioned the rage thing
Spirit
was 'cause that's how
Guardians. I mean, it's concentration, but it's still funny.
Baldur's Gate works. That's why I asked.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
What? How's the way Baldur's Gate? I'm trying to remember.
Baldur's Gate, you can cast a concentration spell in Rage,
Can
and you can
you?
keep the spell up you can keep the spell up as long as you don't lose it. Because my Karlach, I constantly I gave her a medallion that lets her cast Shield of Faith, so
I didn't
she
think of
casts
that,
Shield
yeah.
of Faith and then rages and then just goes and beats the shit out of everything.
Ah.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, you make a good
I
point
just
there.
thought
That wouldn't be
it
too
was-
bad because, like, if as long as you do it before you do it, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah.
I can put a Shield of Faith, and I can put a second level bless.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
If you don't want to, because of what the rules say, I'm fine with that, and I'll just take freedom of movement and command.
I think I'm fine with it because, like, you have to do it before either way. Because I think that's fine. Like doing it beforehand, I think that's fair. Like it's kind of like
At
the
least
druid.
you know-
It's kind of like the druid thing where like you do it and then wild shape kind of thing is how I see it.
I mean, at least you know for one turn Ronan couldn't rage because I can't cast Shield of Faith and rage.
Yeah, that's
at
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
time.
That's why I think it's fair because it takes more than one turn to do it. So you can't just do it all in one go, kind of thing.
Or
So
we
yeah.
just give Ronan freedom of movement, and then the next time we go fight in water, Ronan just moves around with 70 feet
Yeah,
and
you
just
could do that
chokes
too.
out water elementals.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah.
Just learn how to swim, forehead.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, just be a swimmer. Just be a swimming person, you know.
The cat, he doesn't swim.
A tiger. A jack.
A jaguar.
fishing cat.
A fish cat.
Hold on.
Turkish.
I just
Turkish
want to point out
van
that
domestic cat.
he weighs like 400 pounds. Even if he does learn how to swim, it ain't gonna be fast.
Yeah, that would not be fast.
Mm,
You just wouldn't have penalties with freedom. You'd still be pretty slow, probably overall.
Sharks weigh a lot, and sharks can move pretty fast.
Sharks are built for the water, though.
That's fair. Be a tiger.
Ah.
Why aren't you a tiger?
Yeah, tiger shark. There
Should've-
you go.
Hold on.
Should've been a
Why
tiger.
do you keep calling Ronan a tiger? Leonins are
I said-
lions.
Yeah, they're lions.
No,
though.
I know. I said you should have been a tiger.
Should have been a tiger.
I'm saying you should have been a tiger.
That's more of like
Should have
a.
been a tiger.
Leonins are
Or at
always
least
like.
a tiger.
I think leonins are
or a
always
li-
considered to be lions, though.
They are.
Like
You should have been a
Tabaxis,
liger.
I could see being a tiger, but that's different.
I mean, he
Back to
could
the-
pretend to be a tiger, but he would be lying about it.
I
Because-
flavor all.
I
I flavor
guess-
Leonin.
Yeah, you could
all
probably do a tiger for leonin technically.
Yeah, I do all big cats are Leonin, and everything else is a Tabaxi.
Yeah, that checks out.
Could also be a liger or a Tygon,
Yeah,
and then you'd
tiger.
still technically be a lion. You'd just
I
be a
guess that's-
hybrid.
Yeah, it's potential. Yeah, makes sense.
All right, what do we want to put in the ring? We can put freedom of movement and then command,
Yeah, I mean that works too.
because I get to use whoever's spellcasting modifier puts it in the ring. So whatever
Exactly.
Mitten's wisdom save is.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not that high. I
the
think it's only a
highest.
20.
It's only a 20, dude. It's only 20.
It's
Oh, it's only a
20.
20.
This motherfucker.
It's like 14 or something.
This smug ass motherfucker's like just a 20.
Yeah, my.
Motherfucker.
Actually, I think that.
Lane would be one higher.
20's insane,
no,
though. What do you mean?
mine's 19.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
Not
yeah.
even higher.
you both
Oh.
us have a
Mine's
19
18.
and 20 in saves, dude. That's pretty
20.
good.
I mean, my Bard in another campaign, I think has like a 21
got
or a
it?
22.
I mean, that's not that far off.
Hey, Sarah, do you have Hellish Rebuke?
Ooh.
No,
Yeah, I don't think anyone has that right now.
because I foregoed its standard tiefling spellcasting for
Oh,
you on
true.
T.
They would
So I have
yeah.
suggestion, poison spray, and
Well, that's
Animal
the funny
Pressure.
thing about Hellish Rebuke. Like, wouldn't you have to hit them first?
yeah, you have to get hit.
Because technically it's a reaction. That's what I mean, to like store it in the ring. Wouldn't you have to hit the person first and they cast it out the ring? Like, thematically speaking, at least. That's how I feel like. Kind of like the same thing with Featherfall. Like, you'd have to like have someone falling and they could cast it at the same time.
It was on the spell list Stone gave.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It probably was, yeah.
It was. I remember seeing. How did I remember seeing it on there? I remembered seeing it on there,
Yeah,
It was
probably.
on the spell list that was given to
It
us. That we
probably
could
was.
use.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
It was. I don't know how I
Yeah,
remembered
it
that.
is. It is. Yeah, you're right. I just haven't read
I
it in a
don't
while,
know.
so it's.
Don't know how I remembered that.
I don't know how either. I didn't even remember that. I'm the one that posted it. I generally did not remember. I'm like, damn, dude. Kudos.
Uh,
Because I don't think.
In game, he'll say that he doesn't know it, but he remembers a scroll of it being one of the things he could have bought.
Right.
Maybe if you take it from there, you can learn it yourself.
Damn.
Mittens also has the best spell in all of ever created.
What?
Always prepared. See invisibility.
See invisibility, dude. Ah, yes, the most useful spell that has not been used once.
See invisibility, the spell that lets you see a target, but you still have disadvantage on hitting them because you
Yeah,
still
I
have
know.
an
It's
invisible
just.
condition.
I kind of want to do it like bolt. In all honesty.
Not with the 2024 rules.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
really?
fixed it.
Oh, is it better?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just get the invisible condition, but the thing is, here's the greatest part. When you
Yeah.
go invisible, cast the spell, you also get the invisible condition,
Yeah.
but if someone sees you, it ends the invisible condition. So the new invisibility doesn't make you not be seen.
I kind of like the way Baldur's Gate does it with see invisibility, where like it's like a save, and then like if they fail or whatever, then you can like just straight up see them or anyone that's near them or whatever.
I mean, it makes sense. They're either perceptive enough to notice, or your spellcasting is just that bad that it's
Yeah.
obvious.
I feel like that's a really good approach that they did in the game.
I like the new divine intervention though for cleric.
They changed that
really
too.
good.
Being able to cast any 5th or lower level spell
my
as an
God.
action.
Jesus.
That's right. I watched a YouTube short about it.
That's insane.
Yeah. That includes Hallow.
I know.
It also includes, what's the spell y'all get that gives you a short rest?
Prayer of
Like,
healing.
Prayer of healing. Yeah, you can use that. You can use it
Catnap. There's a catnap one that's like 10
in the
minutes
middle
short
of
rest.
combat.
Yeah, I
You
don't know if it's on the clear.
can literally give the party in the middle of combat a short rest. So Warlock
really?
facing the BB out of spells, yeah, because Divine Intervention, or sorry,
Oh, it just happens.
the new Cleric lets you use a 5th level spell or lower, which means you can use the spell that Lane mentioned in combat as an action. So the Warlock's out of spells, you just use your Channel Divinity and boom, Warlock's got spells.
Oh my God.
Refill my batteries.
My battery.
And it works for fighters like with Second Wind.
Action
Second
Surge.
Wind now. Action Surge too, yeah.
Even though they, you can't do the spell thing anymore, obviously, but with the action surge, which kind of makes sense.
You can't cast spells, but again, if a magic item has a spell in it, you can.
Oh, I mean, I guess it's technically different. Yeah.
Because there's the magic action, which lets you use magic objects.
Yeah, it's an interaction.
You can interact with a magic object.
Yeah, that's different. Different enough to work. But
I
yeah.
can cast a hand.
What is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna do freedom of movement and command?
We can put freedom of movement and command in there if you want. I don't know when we would ever need to use freedom of movement, because I don't think we had a need for it since
Not
Been
yet.
underwater combat before.
There has been, yeah.
Happen again.
It definitely could happen
you
again.
have to fly.
Well, not just
Fly
that, because
Ronin.
there's been chances where you could have difficult terrain
It's kind
too.
of flight, but it's not as good as regular flight.
Because like, think about it. You had like rubble and stuff in the way that caused difficult terrain. You wouldn't have to worry about it. Like you wouldn't get slowed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, one second.
You wouldn't get slowed by any like mud or anything.
But here's the perks of mobile. When I dash, I don't get bothered by.
Well, yeah, but
terrain
you wouldn't have to
anyway.
use your whole turn kind of thing. Like, you wouldn't have to use your action just to do that. I guess if that makes sense. Because free movement lasts for over like what, an hour or whatever, so that you can do it before even anything happens kind of thing. I guess is why I'm getting at it.
Let's see. Anything else is stupid?
I guess it just depends.
Uh,
There's just so many concentration ones, so it's a little bit harder. I mean, detect magic's always a good one, but that's a different case scenario.
Ronan wouldn't care.
Yeah, probably not.
Let's be honest.
Moonbeam's kind of funny, but yeah, that's different.
Also another concentration spell, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, that's the problem with the cleric spell list.
Everything good is concentration.
So much concentration, dude.
Yep. Everything's concentration, and then 2024 made even more things concentration for cleric.
Yeah, like fucking
Spiritual weapon had it coming.
Yeah, it was kind of
Don't
overpowered.
act like it didn't.
They could have
just put a 5th level spiritual weapon into it. There you go, easy.
4th level.
Yeah.
5th level doesn't do anything better.
Oh, does it not?
You'd put a 4th level.
Fourth level spiritual weapon would be pretty good.
Well, 5th level is harder to counterspell.
It's harder to counter spell, sure, but
Yeah.
Just give Ronan counterspell.
You don't have counter
I
spell.
Lane can do that.
I can do it now. I have counterspell.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess you could do that, yeah.
so do you want a 1st level command, a counter spell, and another 1st level spell, or
Kind of wanted to take stuff that would reduce damage in the event I ever do get crit.
Right.
Like absorb elements or Agathar's armor or Hellic
I
Rebuke, just things to
yeah.
smack things back with.
yeah?
Little
I-
And none of
awkward.
us have absorb elements as far as I'm
No,
aware.
I don't think so.
Alright. Heroism
hard.
isn't on the
Yeah, I don't think
the cleric spell list. It's only on the paladin spell list
Yeah, I think it's Paladin.
and bard. I think it's also on the bard spell list.
Probably. Sounds. Yeah, it's Paladin and Bard, I think. I don't know. Whatever your heart desires, I guess. Whatever you want to figure out.
I mean, also armor. Well, yeah, no. If the thing,
So it just makes it where things take even more damage when they hit me.
yeah, but once your temporary hit points get low enough, like with
Which
the
goes
new,
away the spell.
yeah, if the temporary hit points go away, you lose the spell. But
yeah.
with the new with the new rules for Armor of Agathis and the Judgment 24 rules, they remove that part. So any temporary hit points that you get,
What?
yep. So if someone you can Armor of Agathis yourself, and then
looks at Twilight
and then
Cleric.
Nope.
Polymorph.
That's not the problem. Yeah, that's the one.
Twilight
You-
Sanctuary, right? Yeah.
No, that's not it. You
Okay.
Armor of Agathis, and then someone polymorphs you,
What?
and then into a giant ape.
What?
You have 100 and something temporary hit points.
Wait,
and then they just
oh my god.
and then they just lose concentration, and then you still have the temporary hit points.
Oh my god. Is that how that works?
That is they decided to cut down on the word count in that book.
That feels very overlooked.
Oversight.
It definitely is, but they've done an errata and they haven't fixed it yet.
I feel like
so-
that's gonna be fixed most
Let me-
likely.
Let me check something. I want to see.
Because that's gonna be easily spotted, I feel like, after it's actually being done. Because
See,
if people actually end up doing it, which I'm sure they will, so I imagine that's gonna be like one of those like, ooh, that's not what we meant.
Has Conjure Minor Elemental
Oh
been
my
modded yet?
god, you're right.
No, it hasn't.
Oh god.
It
They've had
literally, yeah.
Grand Insect.
That works.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why? That's okay.
No, they wanted to cut down on the word count, and they sure did.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
For what? Conjure Elemental?
No, for everything. Like
Yeah.
in the entire book, there's so many words that got removed that I guess some of them sure were
I don't
redundant.
think they
but-
did it accidentally though. I think they did it on purpose.
They wanted to do it that way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because here's the thing. when y'all get the monsters manual, there are no saves from monsters anymore. Most of the effects that had a save when something hits you are gone. It just happens.
That just feels really overlooked.
So you want to kill a party? Dire wolves. I mean, I
Like,
pissed off.
Think about
They
it.
took away
Fucking
their-
beholders exist. Like, if that doesn't have saves, that's fucking crazy.
Oh no,
Did you-
it's not. It's pretty much anything that would have a save after it hits with an attack no longer has a save
Oh.
after it hits with the attack.
Yeah, so I use direwolf every single time I talk about this subject because it pisses me off. One, because they got rid of keen sense of smell on direwolf.
Yeah.
It's a fucking wolf. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah,
But
really dumb.
the bite attack, you know how they used to have to move and then they bite
Yeah.
you and then you make a strength saving? No. If they hit you, you're prone.
That's just dumb to me.
And guess what? That also means that the direwolf is within 5 feet of you, so you just put 4 or 5 against a party,
Yeah.
and then the first one knocks them prone, and then every other creature within 5 feet gets advantage, and then they just maul the person on the ground, and they're not
Basically.
getting back up.
Pretty much. They don't get to go anywhere.
No.
They just stay prone.
At least
since-
we don't have Pathfinder opportunity attacks where if
Oh,
someone
God.
gets up and prone, you get an opportunity attack.
I'm glad that's not a thing. Jesus, that would suck.
Anyway, it's I'm sure that Stone has plans for us, and so spells.
Yeah, what's up? What you
I
got?
don't know, it's up to y'all. What we can put whatever.
No, you're good. Take whatever you need to do.
What do you want? You've heard what we have to offer.
What do you think you want?
I think we need to go over all the spells on the list. I'm just kidding.
You don't need to go through everything. Jesus.
I mean, a counterspell, a command, and one other first level spell, and you're pretty
It's
golden.
not a bad idea.
I could help counterspell y'all.
True.
Then you don't have to waste your own reactions.
Yeah. Because you don't usually use your reactions, so that's fair.
Could you imagine the fucking
I will be right back.
lich house
Counter
spell
spell.
on Sarah, and then all of a sudden the dumb barbarian who's raging goes counter spell.
Yeah, I mean that could work. Yeah.
We had a 5-chit counterspell
Yeah.
chain at
It
once.
was so bullshit. I hate it.
It was funny though.
It was funny, but god damn it, 5 counter spells in
I
one
mean,
turn.
With the new 2024 version, you don't have to worry about that because the
True.
player getting hit with a spell can't counterspell.
Oh. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, they can't counterspell because the whole bonus action blah 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 spell thing that everyone always confuses and can't get the
Yeah.
right interpretation. They got rid of that. Now it just you can't cast more than a single spell slot per turn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, per turn. So it's just leveled spell. Like if it costs spell slot, you can't cast another leveled spell
Yeah.
on turn.
Regardless, yeah.
Cantrips are different. But yeah, so like if I cast, let's say, Fireball, and then I get counterspelled, I have, by rules, used my leveled spell slot. I
Mhm.
can't counterspell, which is another leveled spell.
Wow.
Of course, you can bypass that because if you put counterspell in the ring,
In an item, yeah.
technically you're not using a spell slot because the item has counterspell itself.
Yeah, there wouldn't
So a
be
lot of people are just
yeah.
trying to get the ring, like the ring of spell storing. Just
That's kind of
phenomenal.
smart, yeah.
But
but-
I mean,
Yeah.
still the twin spell, you can't use magic. Like you can't use a spell in a ring
Right.
and then twin spell to cast another leveled spell, which sucks.
Right.
But
Yeah.
sad face.
Baldur's Gate's cool with that, but like no, if you know to cast 2 leveled spells like that would be kind of insane.
Imagine having a spellcaster in your party.
Right.
We have Asterion, we have Karlak, and we have
Oh my
Lae'zel.
god.
That's
you,
it.
you kind of do.
We run Great Weapon Master on Lae'zel, Great Weapon Master on Karlak, and I'm running a Paladin
I
who
love
runs
that.
Polar Master.
That's awesome.
What did you call her? Lae'zel?
Lae'zel.
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 It is
Hazel.
Lae'zel.
Lae'zel.
Know what it is. I messed up my name on purpose because it's like LAE.
LAL. You're doing the
There's that-
Lae'zel by
there's
doing that because she says Fey Run and
Lae'zel.
Tiefling or Tiefling, I think.
She said type.
Oh, Tiefling. Yeah. A Tiefling.
I just got Baldur's Gate on Monday and I've been
Oh, did
playing
you?
through it.
Yeah, I played a lot of it too.
And great, I've already had 4 characters try to romance me because playing a paladin who's like,
Yeah,
I fucking save everybody.
pretty much.
I I have Gale and Carl. I have Gale and Lazel.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So the shitty part is, I forgot to go fucking talk to Damon to do Karlach's quest because I want to romance her, and I've already had Shadowheart fuck me, and then I just did the goblin thing, and then
Out of context, that sounds so bad.
and then Lazel, out of nowhere, I go talk to Lazel at the goblin party, and she's like, I was wrong about you, and I was like, whoa,
You smell so good.
whoa, yeah, bro, let me tell you something. I have everything I've done. She's disapproved.
she's a
Everything. My
freak.
rating with her is low. My rating with her is low.
She's
and
a
I get to
freak.
the goblin party, and she's like, "You smell good," and I was like, "Whoa, whoa,
Back up. Back up.
what? Whoa, time out. What?"
See,
And she's
I am
like, "I'll see you later."
Time out. Why does it sound
I
so
have
good?
no idea who I'm going to actually romance. Either going to be Gale or Halden.
Yeah, that feels fair. Yeah.
Well, see, here's the funny part.
I-
Gale also wants to be with me. Will is the
Really?
only one who hasn't asked, because Asterian's like, I'd love to take a bite out of you. I've given like 3 magical artifacts to Gale already, so he's like, yeah, we should have some fun. I just rescued Halson, and Halson's like, threesome later? And I'm like, bro, bro.
I need to romance Halson one point, 'cause he's a cool guy, man.
But you rescue
am-
him, and he immediately is like, I'd like to be
Yeah.
with you tonight. And it's like, dude, all I did was speak
He's
to you
such a
for 5
hembo.
minutes
I'm here for
in
it.
your bear form.
I have one more character that I am trying to recruit, and I'm concerned that I didn't do it correctly, and I'm so
Yeah.
so
That's fair.
That's okay. So
I
I
think
did
I know
the
what you're
whole
doing.
rescue Saza quest, right? And I rescued her, got her back to her, the goblin thing. And then she's like, go talk to the drow lady. And then the
Yeah.
priestess, I was like, I don't want your brand. Holy smite. And then
What?
I walk around the corner, and the drow captain's like, you must die. And Saza's like, you're gonna
Yeah.
die. And I'm like, well,
You
I
need-
guess you're
you
dying
need to-
today.
You gotta
You
talk
need to
her.
take into her quarters to kill her without being caught.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro.
I'm
So no,
trying to
here's what I did.
I'm trying to
I knocked
recruit the
her-
drow lady.
I knocked her unconscious, and then threw a healing potion on her and took a long rest, so she's not hostile anymore.
Okay.
But she's just like, go talk to the boss. And I'm like, your fucking boss is dead 5 feet in front of you.
She's
I'm
dead.
I
trying
need you to
to-
get captured and go to Moonrise Towers, damn it.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to recruit Minthara. I want her so. I want to recruit her so bad.
She's good. She's good. I had her with one of my Dark Urge characters.
I didn't
and
even
it's
get the
great.
chance to talk to Minthara. I walk around the corner and she's like, time to fight. And I was like,
Minthara's
yeah,
just
that's-
so evil, and I
so-
love it.
You can't. You have to get gut killed without anyone seeing, and you can't attack Dror Ragzlin before
Right.
talking to Mindar. Otherwise, she's going to be hostile.
Right.
in my next one, I'm just going to play a tiefling rogue who just wants to be
Hell yeah.
as chaotic neutral as possible.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gonna go side with the goblins and just go wipe out the grove, so it's fine.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a
But
fun
why
one, too.
though?
Why?
It's fun to be
because
evil.
whoever offers more coin.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fair.
That's what Dirge is for, so you can kill everybody.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally how the rest of the goblin run went. I literally walked into a room and it was like, roll initiative, and I was like, ugh, and it'd be one random goblin,
Loads
and I'm
done.
like, dude, I walked into one room and there's 2 goblins in a corner with 7 HP, and I'm like, I literally just killed your boss.
Not my boss.
Do you really want to do this? That's okay. When I went to kill the boss, I definitely had the giant spiders and summoned the 3 ogres. So
The fact that you fought Ragzlin, right?
Yeah.
The fact he rages and also smites, dude, like, bro.
See, I killed him
He didn't
first
get a chance.
because I was a Gloomstalker
Oh, really?
ranger.
Okay. Yeah.
So that, and
For
I
my
was
honor
all
mode, I'm
right.
gonna have to do that because I keep dying, dude. Like 26 hours in, I died on my dual honor mode, and I'm so sad.
The
I know.
Gloomstalker
But the
Ranger,
only-
3 attacks at level 5.
Yeah, that's so good. I need to
only
do that.
time I've died is I'm currently on level 4, and I'm done everything except go to the Githyanki village, which is technically part of
How
Act
are you
2.
only level 4?
It's kind of like 1.5, honestly, in my opinion. Because
1.5.
you get.
I've done.
Yeah.
I've cleared out everything, and I just finished the goblin, and I've cleared everything on
Like,
the other side of the map. I've already gone and
The
killed
crash
hag
is still
'cause
technically
pissed
Act
me off.
1.
Right, but I was I've gotten to level 5 before I took out the goblins.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh no, I'm level 4, and I just murdered all the goblins.
Yeah, level 5
Goblins
feels
dead,
the
hag's
best.
dead, whole rest of the map is
Understand.
cleared, but I haven't gone to the Githyanki village, which is where I'm trying to go
We-
to.
You
And
get
of course,
so
if
much
you go
XP.
through the cave,
Yeah.
if you go through the cave and you walk around the corner, the two dudes are like, "You kill the boss, we'll hold him off." And I'm like, "You have 4 HP, and they're level 5.
4 HP.
You're gonna die."
Have you gone to the Underdark yet?
No,
Yeah,
it's
Underdark's
part of
great.
Act 2.
Probably should do that before you do the
Underdark is
Githyanki
still Act
Village.
1.
Underdark is technically on the way to Moonrise
Act one.
Tower, which is technically part of Act 2.
Well, yeah, but you don't
No.
go to
the
Act 2
Underdark
until
itself is
after.
still
Yeah.
Act one. Yeah.
Act 2 is completely separate. Yeah.
I just cleared out the Underdark and I'm level
Yeah,
6.
you get like level 6 from.
I've started.
Level 4.
I've started to build the class into Rogue.
You hit about level 7-ish after Act
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
And see, the thing is, I've done every side quest too. I've done every quest, every side quest, still on level 4.
That's how are you still level 4? That's surprising.
Don't ask me.
Don't know.
I don't fight a lot of things though. I'm a paladin, so I
I
don't
guess that's
get into
fair.
a lot of fights.
Well, that's probably part of it. Yeah, that's part of
I don't fight a lot of things. I'm like, hey, like the ogres that you can befriend. I'm sure they give a lot of XP, but I was just like, let's be friends.
it. No,
They give a lot.
you get the horn anyway if you kill them.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't help you at all, obviously.
Yeah,
You get the horn.
but I'm a
anyway if
paladin. I break my oath if I hit somebody who's friendly.
Yeah, true.
Literally, if you
Forehead.
hit somebody
Sure.
who's friendly, Oath of Ancients breaks. That's just like
Just
I
be
had
an
to give.
Oathbreaker.
Honestly,
I had to give a
Oathbreaker and
divorce
BG3
one.
is actually really strong, though.
I had to give the divorce wand to Shadowheart to go give it to the chick, so I didn't break my oath.
Wait, what?
Wait, did you get
Yes,
the
if
did you
you-
get the buff from the hag, or did you just kill her?
I just killed her.
Oh, okay.
I know
Missed out.
I know. No, the buff is not worth it.
+1 to any stat.
It's a +1 to any stat, yeah.
With a
Permanently.
penalty.
Permanent.
With a penalty.
What's the penalty?
There's no penalty.
Yeah.
Oh yes, there is.
Is there?
What is it?
Probably
You
the
get it when you hit
penalty.
Act 3 and you face her again. You get a penalty if you took her buff the first time.
Oh, no, you're talking about the one before that. The one with the eye is different. The one with the eye is what makes you have disadvantage for it. The +1 buff does not debuff.
Yeah,
you.
no, we're talking about the +1 you get from
+1
the
to
player,
any
not
stat that
the
never
you
gets
get
removed.
Accepting her.
Yeah, we're not talking
no.
about the eye thing.
I literally
Because
no. Here's how this happened. I walk in there. She makes the chick disappear. She's like, "I'll be back." I walk outside, and of course, there's a whole bunch of stuff sitting on the table that's red. And I was like, "Yoink!" And then I walked back inside because she can't see me. And she comes upstairs and goes, "Thief!" And she turns around and goes, "You're the thief. Let's fight." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "You weren't even here." So then I just said, "All right, I will smite you into the dirt." And then, of course, I almost died because all her little red cap minions come
Yeah, those
running
things
up,
are
and I was
insane.
like, "No, we didn't even fight them. I just killed her, and they
Oh.
ran away."
Damn, you actually
yeah,
did.
honestly, I one shot. I was able to like one turn get Ethel down to critical health
What the
because Gloomstalker level 5.
Mhm.
One turn
I
got
was
her
level
down
3 when I
to
went
critical
to fight
health.
her. I was level 3 when I went to fight her, so
See, I wanted
That's
to
what
make it
happens when you
quick.
play
So I
good
just
character.
waited.
no.
That's fair.
That's what happens when you play a good character. You don't get any XP because you don't kill people.
That's sad. That's what you get for being nice.
Fine. I'm gonna play through this whole playthrough. I'm gonna be nice.
You'll get it. You'll get
And the
it.
next one, I'm gonna be a rogue, and I'm just gonna be a murder hobo.
True.
Which really doesn't grant you much more experience than being balanced, as honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we've gone.
Yeah, you're fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, we've been going over.
I like counterspell. I was waiting for Mittens to come back, and I didn't hear him speak.
I'm back.
Oh, you are? Okay.
That's why I posted the eating popcorn.
Oh, is that what you're
Oh.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm entertained, and honestly, it's entertaining. So
Under-
like,
Same here.
Alright. Hang on, I need to make notes. Ring spells.
yeah, go ahead and do that.
Spells.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
got
like
my
I was
reading.
basically mentioning, this session's not going to be super long probably anyway, because it's mostly going to be like RP and things like that. So,
Okay.
I'd imagine it
Third.
wouldn't last more than like an hour, if not less, longer.
Counter. Counter spell!
It
Oh,
just
I
depends
can't
on
stand
how
it. Okay.
the negotiations go, like how long you want to spend on that and stuff.
Alright, I took first level command. So I'll take from Mittens, I'll take that third level counter spell, and I'll take a first level command. And what else do you have for first?
There's no counterspell?
No, I don't have counter spell. You'll have
Okay, yeah,
you
you're
take
gonna have
that
to
from
come to
Sarah.
I will come to Sarah and get my counter spell.
Yeah.
Sarah's gonna give you a hard time about it because he just watched you go and beg everyone for spells.
Didn't beg. I negotiated.
Beg.
That it's that.
You wanted range. You want guiding bolt. That's 120 foot.
I still think Fireball's a good option. It's 150.
Yeah, but I can't
I'll
have
get
I can't have 2 third level spells. I already have counter spell.
Yeah, you can only have 5 total.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
fair.
gotta be at 2 or 3 at best.
That's why I took command, so I have a first level spell. Guiding bolt is nice.
It's decent.
And it does a good amount of damage.
Yeah, as long as it hits.
Who has
And
doesn't somebody have fairy fire?
Yes.
I have fairy fire.
It's
Not that
concentration
bad.
though,
Yeah.
so it depends, I guess.
Hmm.
It could still work.
I just need to find a paladin and ask him to put a smite in my ring.
I mean, theoretically that could work, yeah.
You know,
It is a spell
this is
slot
the one
technically.
time that the new smite rules are good for you.
Yeah, true.
Sure.
Honestly, I'd still technically count it because it is a spell slot.
Any of the smite spells would be good.
Well, yeah, smite spells themselves. Yeah, that works. Because that would actually have additional effects to them. As opposed to smite that doesn't really add anything unless they're a fiend or whatever.
Also get a familiar. We could just be a party with familiar.
Oh yeah,
holders.
familiar. It's always a fun one.
Yeah, you can.
It's an idea.
Because as long as the familiar exists, you don't have to recast the spell.
It's true.
Wait, if you could find familiar specifically from Lane. Oh no, because Lane can only cast as a ritual. Never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I can put rituals in there. I don't think it says anything about you need to use the slot to put it in.
Oh.
You just need to cast it.
It's based on the level of
the level
spell.
of spell, I think. Yeah. Maybe.
Then you would get Lane's like the specific version of Find Familiar that Lane gets.
Summon shovel.
Shovel.
So you would have the extra familiar options.
We could summon shovel.
Shovel's the best girl.
I put shovel on Shadowheart in my current game.
That's crazy, dude.
Well, it's like I have I have Gale who has Find Familiar, my Ranger who has Scratch, and then Shadowheart who has Shovel, and then Product doesn't need one.
I'm trying to find. Just trying to find like a music thing for the thing we're gonna do, but it's hard to find good like copyright-free music for stuff.
It's because they want you to pay for everything.
Yeah. It's hard, man. Yeah, it's not very good either. I'm trying. But yeah, I think I remember them talking about how you'd have to talk to the council members, right? Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, we still have to do that.
Yeah, I think that's what they told you at some point.
We just meandered because we wanted magic.
No, you're fine. That's why I put it there, because I knew you'd want it.
I guess I could just take 2 commands.
I mean, you could. There's nothing saying you can't. You could just use it 2 different times, yeah.
There's not a lot of first level spells that aren't. You want to have Burning Hands?
Fuck it. We're doing jazz up in here.
Nope.
Yeah, no, I don't have burning hands either.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has it learned.
I have
I was gonna say Scorching Ray because I think you had that, right?
Draconic Breath, which is the same thing but without damage options other than fire.
I mean, that's fine-ish.
Is it a first level spell?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
I will take that then.
Okay.
What's it called?
It's Draconic Breath. It's a homebrew spell. It's
Ah.
literally just
I'm-
burning hands, but with the option of acid, cold, and lightning damage.
What are you putting in the spell? Or what are you putting in the ring?
Lightning damage. I don't know why you asked. You already knew the answer. Unless you ask for something specific, Sarah's just gonna default to lightning.
Nope, all good with me.
Yeah, that'll work, I think. But yeah, if you have their spells written, you are free to take the way onward, I guess, whenever you're ready.
If you got... Sarah's gonna approach Ronathan. If you got what you needed...
He's just gonna smile and hold up a thumbs up and goes, "Yep, perfect." And then I'm gonna go back over and keep reading my book.
Alright.
Sarah's gonna grab you before you continue. We still got to meet with the council of this area.
I'll pick up my papers and read as we walk.
Sarah's gonna motion for Elaine and Mittens to follow them as they exit.
I guess those work.
And Lane will follow.
I don't know. I have such a hard time finding anything, dude.
Mittens, are you following or were you being carried out?
Mittens is gonna follow.
No, that won't work either.
And we will take our exit.
Exit. Exit! Oh, not that one. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, I'll just probably use that. But yeah, do I have a... I remember if I had a thing for this or not. Let me double check. I have so many fucking notes I kept. And I haven't looked at them in a minute, so I had to make double sure. This one I already gave you. This one don't matter at the moment. That's not as important. Let's see. Don't need this at the moment. Don't need this at the moment. Yes, other stuff. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. Remove that. You already have that information. Just double checking to make sure there's nothing else I'm missing here. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't think there's any other descriptions beforehand, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. We're just gonna use this for now and see if it works. You walk into this very, almost like a jazz bar, because like they're very well chill and probably drinking some kind of, what do you call it, some kind of thing with lemon, maybe lemon water, who knows, but it's something very fancy looking, that's all you know. But you find yourselves in a marble laid room with several guards circling the council, and this is a audience of many other Warforged watching in anticipation as they discuss things in the council room. And you are free to approach whenever you feel up to it.
Where are we entering from?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think how that would go. I forgot to put the actual thing where it was gonna be. I guess it really doesn't matter per se. It'd probably be like up top or bottom either way, either one. I don't think it'll matter too much. So either way it works. Yeah, probably bottom, yeah. That probably makes most sense. Except the one thing I forgot to add on the map was the portal spot, but yeah, I meant to put it on the bottom, I think. And then like you'd have a guard come up and be like, what is your business here? Yeah, I don't need this. I tried. It's not good enough. Oh well. But yeah, he basically walks up to, well, anyone that approaches or anything and just kind of like waits for someone to reply.
We were told to make our way here since we arrived.
Oh, yes. We did just now get I guess you call it sending of sorts, about your arrival. Apologies. You are... I don't think you ever gave a name, did you? Did you introduce yourselves? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Yeah. They just said that you matched the descriptions they gave us type thing, I guess they would say.
Mittens will never tell you Mittens' names. Mittens' names.
Ah, so this one's Mittens. Okay, good to know. Write it down.
Sir face palms.
Like he writes it down and like just puts it in his memory bank.
Well, now they know.
Like he has a slot on his head and like he just puts it in there like a little slip.
How did you know?
You just said it.
You just had your...
Mind control is messed up. That's not fair. Mind reading.
Is that what you think happened?
It was mind reading.
He shrugs.
That's what it was.
He shrugs and like just like kind of moves up a little bit and just he does like a... I'm trying to think. I was trying to think of the way that people usually... I guess he just like one of those like clears his throat things to get their attention, I guess, is how usually people interrupt the most the most polite way to interrupt someone, I guess, without being too abrupt, maybe. I guess you just do like one of those clears throat type things to get their attention and be like, and they look over. Yes? Is there something we can help you with? I don't remember what your name is at this point. There's so many of you. Either way, what are you here about? So, sir, it seems we have the guests we were told about, and they are here. Oh, lovely. Send whoever seems the most capable here.
It's obviously Mittens.
He just like walks over and he's like, I don't know if you heard what he said, but who of you is the most persuasive, I guess is the word for it. Looks around.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about capability, then I suppose I fill that mantle.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to do it. I need to think. I need to add something that I forgot to add.
Bear receives no pushback to that claim. It's going ahead with it.
I forgot to add a specific thing for this particular thing. I'm going to add that real quick. Let me get one of those real quick to make it more authentic. So, I guess it really doesn't matter. Just throw
Sarah, you are
that
currently
wasn't-
the voice of the party. Don't say anything dumb.
Don't say anything dumb.
I won't.
I'm trying to get a image here to pop up, but for some reason some of these don't work. Damn it. Like this one. There it goes. There you go. They like. Yeah, there's a chair for you. And they're like, please follow me and take a seat. He like pulls
We're
it
gonna
out for
pretend.
you.
Sarah goes under the
I'm
chair.
sitting-
There you go. There you go.
As well as anyone can tell, I was about to say.
It's a white chair at this point. Perfect. And he's like, there you go. And like they look over, and it seems introductions are in order. Since there are more of us, it only seems fair that we introduce ourselves first, so that you all know who we are before we start any negotiations or anything of the like. I think it's only fair to go in order from top to bottom, as we like to say. Let's see. What's the order here? You have. Gotta double check. I'm getting to. Oh, Eldon. Yeah, there we go. The first one. Is it this one? Yeah, this guy. Here we go. I am Eldon Cloudseeker. I am the proud leader of the Spire, as everyone else seems to call it nowadays. Let me see, what else was he gonna say? Double checking, make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope, that's not the right one. Here we go, found it. Eldon Seeker, the leader of Cloudspire, known for my wisdom and foresight. Guiding force behind the actions and decisions of this spire. And I think that's a pretty good intro for me. What about you, Miss Aurora? What about you? What is your thing you would like to give to this intro you'd like to give to this in audience? My name is Aurora Stormrune. I am the second lead of this project, and I'm renowned for my mastery of storm magic and a crucial role in defending the Spire and its inhabitants whenever possible. I think that's a pretty good description for now, and could always add more later. I think that would leave the others to do their introductions as well. Let's see. What's the order I had for that? There we go. Laura, I should also post the images too, so you can see them better on the Discord. I'll be sure to do that soonish, but this is Laura Steelshade. Alright, I'm going to post NPC art now, because I forgot to do that. Here we go. In order. Did I have a full image in here? Yeah, I did. Here we go. That's the first one. Let's see. Second one. Let's see. Third one. And I might as well just do the fourth one, just so I make sure I don't forget. There you go. So the one speaking has basically like syringes on their outfit with like a tank on their head, things of that nature, and he'll kind of introduce himself as well, being as hello to you. My name is did he put her here? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Lara. Lara, oh, it's another girl. I forgot they were a girl too. Fuck. Her name it's Lara Steelshade. I'm a formative member known for sharp intellect and unwavering determination as the third member of this lovely council here, known for my enhancement magic, or enchantment, whatever you want to call it. Um, I have a demeanor of command, respect, and attention, and with my elegant as I can be. I think that's perfectly reasonable, as I also take care of any medical needs as well, if ever the chance may arise, or study. And then finally, we have Gideon Ironheart. Let's see, what do I have for him? Gideon, I am Gideon Ironheart. Let's see, yeah. I am the fourth member of this council, and my duty is to protect the realm and its people and speak, and I would like to know your purpose and let us see how your goals align, I guess is how my introduction will be, because I have most intrigue in you and your esteem that you bring to this table. So they would let you introduce yourself as well.
Alright. My name is Serafino Leviathus. My party and I have arrived under the pretense of being requested to retrieve a specific artifact that seems to be located here. As much as I would love to stay and learn from what you all can offer, because your libraries are exquisite, and Aurora, you especially seem like someone I would love to study under as a practitioner of lightning magic myself. Unfortunately, we are on a bit of a time crunch, so any assistance you could give us to find this artifact would be most helpful.
And I guess each one of them would technically have a few questions, but they'll just go one at a time and have your replies to one. Only a few, not a lot. I think it'd only be fair to go with the lead first, because you know he's the lead. Of course, he's going to have very important questions. So he would start off by saying, "What visions or prophecies have guided you to seek an alliance with the Spire, if any at all?"
An alliance is not something that has come up. I'm going to glance back at Ronathan. Yet,
Yet.
but it's not entirely off the table should our larger goals align at the end of the day.
I guess I can reword this other one that I had written down that would probably fit. Have there been any, because he also has other questions too. Have you ever encountered any celestial beings or astral phenomena that you believe would be relevant to our interests or anything of the like?
I personally haven't, but one of my party members back there is an elf that is native to the astral plane.
An astral
So
elf.
they might have a bit more insight for you on those matters than I would.
Yeah, we can definitely add that to something we could always ask later. Not on the biggest importance at the moment, I suppose. But one more thing before I let any of my compatriots ask their questions. I would like to ask how you intend to contribute to the preservation and expansion of arcane knowledge, if at all.
Well, it seems like you all are doing a good job on your own. You all exist up here, far away from the strife that the dragons continue to have on our surface, so I don't particularly see why you'd need our help with this.
As you say, dragons rule. They would like have like I'm sure you saw something like this before, but they have like this very weird like confused look on their face. acting like they have no idea what you're talking about, and then like I think almost at once it'd be like, they what now?
Well, surely you all are aware that at a time the dragons were waging war against the surface dwelling
We thought that
species.
ended a long time ago, but not in the favor of dragons. I thought things would have ended a lot sooner.
Where did you get the idea that it didn't end in the favor of dragons?
Well, the issue being that we were not fully. We haven't been around long enough as what you see before you, because before we were ordinary humans and/or humanoids such as yourselves. So we were probably out of commission for a time. Therefore, our information is a bit lacking, as you see.
I see.
So just
Well,
recently we came back into activation, if that were the case.
in the interest of keeping things brief, as history is not my strongest suit, the dragons decimated surface races to a tiny fraction of the population in its entirety.
Okay. I feel
And
like yeah, that's
throughout their
okay. You're gonna
territory.
pull that too. Okay, good.
That's it. That's all I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say.
I guess Aurora and let's see, was it Aurora? Yeah, Aurora and I think Gideon. No, was it Gideon? I'll double check because I sometimes mix up which one does what. Is it this one? Ah, there we go. Yeah, Gideon and Aurora would probably like in more of a inquisitive mood, being like, "So, are the humans still? I don't know if thriving's the word, but they're still around."
I mean, they exist. Can't say I've met too many of myself.
That's
Though
very.
we used to have one in the party.
So it's as we probably feared, from what you said, that humans are in a very rare state. It seems.
All all humanoid races, with the exception of Dragonborn and anything with draconic DNA directly, kobolds, lizard folk, and UNT like myself.
Hmm. That is quite concerning that such a thing has occurred after our departure for so long. Not by choice, mind you. It was a necessary thing we had to do to preserve our selves at the time because we didn't know how the outcome would have been to pass at the time. I guess they'd be more confused and be like, so, for the record, as they look over at you, do you happen to know what the time of, like, what the era slash time of, like, they're asking you, like, what the year slash thing is? Because
I'm
they're not sure.
going to give them the answer. Whatever the answer is, Sarah would obviously know, but
I
I
think it was
can't.
like 18. I can't read the exact number at the moment, but it's something 1800. So like they'd be pretty shocked, being like, "Oh, we were gone a long time." Like they would like be counting in their head, like they're like really thinking it out. They're like, based on that assessment, I think we've been gone for at least 300 years.
Interesting.
Give or take. Close to 300. So like they would just like right before anything really bad happened, I think is when they ended up going offline with their selves being transferred and everything.
Of course.
So they would be very out of the loop, as they would say. So, seems you have more things that we could potentially learn from, it seems, since we were out of commission for longer than we expected. What? I guess we should get to the matter at hand, since you seem to be on a time of sorts, time crunch, as you put it. What would you offer for our power source? Is there any way you could potentially replace it with something else, since this is what we use to help power our activities? Or any potential alternative power sources that you could think of?
Well, that is a good question.
You're free to discuss it with your party. We have no issue with this.
Alright.
But a solution is definitely important if we ever are able to give away such a powerful relic that we require currently. Unless an alternative is found.
What would be necessary for an alternative? How much power output would it need to create?
That is a good question.
You don't need to give me you don't need to give an exact answer. Sarah just needs to know what exactly they need to start with.
Maybe some form of conduit that could take in magic, perhaps? Maybe that could work. Like, out of character, I was trying to think of like what to put it as. Like, maybe something similar to the way Spelljammer does it. Like, where like magic can power things. Because there's a lot of magic casters here, so like it's definitely doable. Hence why they were like, oh, a conduit. That would probably make the most sense.
Alright. I will discuss with my party and we will see what we can come up with.
Alright, see to that then, and we will be here.
Just gonna reapproach the party.
Alright.
Oh,
What is everyone doing as Sarah reapproaches?
Yeah, what are y'all doing?
I've been reading my papers.
You've just been reading
Okay.
up, fair.
and has been awkwardly trying to just sort of look at your over your shoulder and take a read at that as well. Obviously, it's not working out terribly well given the size difference, but he's trying.
Yeah, that would be really hard for you.
Jonathan would have noticed you like peeking over his shoulder, and he would have just squatted.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
That does seem like a very, yeah.
Mittens with a 20 whatever passive perception probably heard parts of the conversation.
You would have heard snippets for sure, yeah.
Mitten's eyes are like drifting apart, like the
Like the main words you would absolutely would have heard you would have heard conduit or some way to power as you get the most words you would have locked onto.
Yeah, Mitten's eyes are slowly drifting apart.
Yeah.
Like the full eye sockets as well.
Oh, really? But yeah, you got the majority of what was important to hear, I would say.
Alright, Sarah's going to approach Mitten specifically. Alright, as the easiest means of getting us a power source, can you contact your god to give us one?
Ooh.
Thinking about that.
That's a good point. Can you? I don't know.
I could fucking like. How many days do we want to spend on this?
Days.
Divine intervention gambling.
Oh, is that what you're
Yeah.
doing?
Or reliable.
It is a 10% chance, right, or something like that.
Yep.
I mean, you could technically do that. I mean, fast boarding definitely is a plausible thing you could potentially do. But it depends on how y'all feel.
I mean, Zara's just asking. Minions can give whatever answer.
But like, what if though? Nope. Not even close.
God.
So that's my divine intervention.
Yep, for a week, I believe.
No,
right?
for the day.
Oh, not
It-
yet. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Until it's
only on the-
actually used. I forgot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, let's see, 1 o'clock, I would say, roughly at this point on a Darastrix.
Well, it resets on a long rest, not on 24 hours.
Oh, is it a long rest?
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it's like at 1 o'clock.
Mittens will say, she doesn't seem up to it right at the moment.
Alright. Then, Ronathan, you are our next best option.
Ronathan is going to look up. He has heard nothing of any of the conversations as he's been reading deeply, and he just looks at you and goes, "Oh."
Yeah, you'll have to explain some of it probably then.
The only way they're going to willingly give us the orb we need is if we exchange it for some kind of power source, because apparently it's
Or
something that they've been
conduit, they
using.
said as well.
Yeah.
Which means it can
Okay, power source or
it can take
conduit.
in energy basically, yeah.
Because apparently they've been using the artifact we need to power this whole city. So is
See
that
him
something
scratch.
you're capable of creating?
He scratches his mane for a minute, and he goes, "I would need to see the artifact to replicate it."
Or
It's a good
something
starting
or
point.
something like it, yeah.
Oh no, replicate it.
Well, like
They don't need to know it's not the same thing.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is like it wouldn't be the exact same, obviously.
Yeah, I know. I got that, but I'm not telling them that.
You can replicate an artifact.
Oh, we need them to believe that.
Ronathan looks down at you and goes, "Have you seen the other things I've created? Yes, I can replicate an artifact."
As long as it could take in energy, it really doesn't matter.
So why is your plan not to just create faulty copies of the artifacts we're supposed to give to the
They would see
dragons?
through that immediately.
I don't know if he knows that.
They probably would.
Well,
though.
I definitely worked for the Blue Dragons for a very long time.
He would
Ronathan's gonna
absolutely know.
Gonna look
that's
at you and
very-
be. He's been like, "I personally worked with the royal family on multiple occasions, and I can assure you that any person who brought them something that they thought they could pass off as real did not receive the kind of payment they were hoping for."
Hmm. So what is your
I think we're
plan
not
here?
just any
Freedom.
people.
Well, these people aren't dragons, so I'm hoping they're more negotiable. And I just create them something that doesn't drop their floating island out of the sky.
I mean, that's potentially good. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all that matters as
Lane.
long as it works.
Do you have any magical solutions?
Not until I see the artifact. I can't replicate what I don't know what it does or works or seen it.
I said, Lane, do you have any magical
Oh,
solutions?
my bad, my bad.
Well,
Yeah, Lane, what's Lane's idea?
I don't really have a way to contact her off the top of my head, but if we getting deities involved, you know, we could try asking my patron, but I don't know how that would go. But it's something we could definitely try.
Alright, then. Then, come on, Jonathan, you're coming with me to give them your pitch. Don't make it sound too suspicious.
Suspicious.
He's just gonna put the papers in Lane's hand and just walk off.
How the fuck? Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's a word. Of course not. Damn it. This? I don't even know. This? No. I'm gonna have something here. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Yeah. What do you... What's your ID? Oh, it's
Sarah's
actually
gonna-
different. Damn.
Sarah's gonna reapproach, dragging Ronathan along with him. Alright, everyone. One of my party members has a solution that could mutually benefit all of us.
They're like, you have our attention. Proceed.
Jonathan's just gonna whisper to Sarah, "You're doing such a great job. Keep going."
You're the one who needs to explain what you're going to do. You're the one who's the best, who's the whiz with machinery, after all.
The whiz.
I don't understand the first thing about whatever it is you do with your weapons. Why don't you talk to them and explain what your plan is? Sarah's gonna give you a very, pointed look.
Jonathan will gloss over this fact because you complimented his weapons and will happily step around you to talk to the people at the party.
Yoink.
You think you're the only one who can manipulate people.
Yeah, probably. True.
Jonathan's gonna bring his hands and clap them together in front of him and go,
Kill them with
"Ladies
kindness."
and gentlemen, I offer a proposition for everybody at this table. See, we both have a problem, and I have a solution to both of our problems. We need your artifact, and you need another power source. If you would be so inclined as to let me inspect the artifact, I could create a similar replica that does the same, if not even better, things than the artifact. And then we could give it to you, and we could take the artifact, and everybody's happy. What do you say?"
Well, there is a... I think they're, thinking... Well, the issue is it can't leave the pedestal until there's something to replace it, so you'd have to observe it without moving it, if you get the point we're making.
And I touch it. If it does not move.
Yeah, you should be able to touch it, but it cannot be moved without a different means that we will not mention until we figure something out.
Now you've piqued my interest, because you see, I like building and creating things, but I like to know the flaws of the things that I'm creating so I can make sure that my version is better. And I can't ensure that you don't have the same problem if I don't know what the current problem is.
Well, there isn't a problem per se, but we just have to keep it without it moving there, so it doesn't lose its charge.
And what happens if it loses its charge?
We presume everything plummets to the ground, but we've never been brave enough to test that theory.
I'm curious. If it powers this whole thing, have you just tried setting ship, mechanical creation, marvel of nature, whatever you would like to call it, down on the ground?
No. We have not.
Next question. How does it power this ship, island, whatever you want to call this thing that we're currently standing on? It obviously acts as the power source, but there must be something that controls it or steers it.
From what we've gathered, it seems to just has latent magic within that seems to never truly run out. Therefore, we never had to do anything to change it.
Right. So, you just float without anybody controlling the direction you float? Or does the island not move?
It's stationary.
Okay. I would like to go see this thing now, so I can potentially offer my services.
You would,
And just...
yeah.
But
They would all like hold their, they'd all have some kind of like staff or something similar. They'd all like kind of do like a unison tap to the ground, and all of them would say something in a different language that I think. Let me see. I'm trying to think what language that would be now. I'm thinking about it. What would be a language they would have used at this point? How long ago was this? Because Draconic is not a language they would even really know about, considering they were before that was a thing. Let's see. Man, languages are hard to remember. I need to look them.
Goblin.
No, I don't think it's Goblin.
It has to be
Or
Goblin.
primordial.
Goblin is the best language.
Jesus Christ. Hold on, hold on, I need to look, 1 second. I will pull up a thing real quick. Let me look at a language thing, and I might roll for it just to fuck around and just remove dragon. See what they ended up using. Let's see. Exotic language, probably more so. Alright.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'd be 7 because Draconic wouldn't be in one of those. Because they wouldn't have added a potential enemy to their repertoire of languages, probably. Because they didn't think they would have needed it. So let's do a roll of 1d7. And see which one it was, just to make it more fun. Oh, okay, that's the one I wanted. You hear, if anyone knows what Celestial, it's a Celestial language.
Damn. Dang it.
Damn.
So you'd hear screeching noises, is basically how I would refer it as. But that's
I
honestly
have a
what
big
Celestial's like scratching nails on a chalkboard is what people have called it.
Oh, that is interesting.
It's like, yeah, like nails on a chalkboard type thing. So you would have no idea if you don't know what Celestial is. But like they all say like the same word though, and you see a orb rise in the center of the pedestal that you see them sit before. A purple orb encased slightly encased, not like super enough, but enough to keep it in place and all that stuff. And it's like this is the orb, and you should be able to at least touch it, but it shouldn't be able to move. So you should be able to get what you need for your schematics or whatever.
What does it come up in? Is it just like floating?
I'd almost say it's kind of like mechanically coming up. Like it's kind of like a.
That's what she said.
It kind of like pushes it through, kind of like it's like a pillar, slightly pillar. That's like, it's got like a socket, kind of like where like it's kind of like encased in there, just enough to where you could still touch it but not move it.
Okay, I guess I'll start inspecting this random
You can
divine
give me,
object.
You can give me
Another power.
Arcana checks to see your. Or would it be straight intelligence? I'm trying to think. Because if you're trying to know how to like create something similar, maybe investigation. That sounds more appropriate. I feel like it's like you're trying to like figure out how to do a thing, and you'd have advantage since you're doing Ronathan things. Then you'd have for investigation.
Roll investigation or
Yeah.
Arcana or both?
I think investigation first would be a good one, yeah. I think that would be a good one for this. Because you're trying to figure out how to do a thing. I think that feels smart. Like you're like kind of like feeling it around and trying to figure out how it ticks kind of thing.
I forgot I gotta toggle my advantage button.
Yeah. It is quite good. So you do seem to understand the inner workings of it, but I think a Arcana check will be needed for like the specific power aspects, because it would be a magical nature.
Pretty goody. You know who's also not good at Arcana stuff?
Ooh, good thing you have advantage, I guess.
Sure. I mean, it's only +3.
Only plus
So,
3. I mean, it's practically a +8 with advantage, though.
Technically.
Technically, advantage is +5. See? There you go.
Good thing I had that advantage, because the other one was a natural 1. So.
Oh, yeah, that would not have been good enough. Yeah, and 19 and 18 is definitely sufficient to understand the inner workings of this for your Ronathan brain. And you seem to understand how everything kind of functions enough to get a general understanding of how to do it.
I will let the group, y'all roleplay this. After they watch me fiddle with it for like 5 minutes, I clasp my hands behind my back and then slowly turn around and say, well, I have good news and I have bad news.
Good news, everyone. Bad news. That's literally the thing I thought of.
What would y'all prefer first?
Well, let's just get the bad news out of the way, I suppose.
Might as well.
He's gonna look at Lane and say, there is no such thing as bad news. There's only news. You perceive bad.
Like
and then he's gonna turn back around to the rest of the Warforged and say, so, I can create a duplicate power source for y'all.
Okay.
But I need materials.
Materials. What sort of materials would you think you would need?
Well, given the ancient times you're from and the island that you are floating on, I would need some mithril. That would probably help me create you a
mithril, huh? DM
I'm just for fun. I want to insight this to see if there
is. If Ronathan allows an
an
insight, I will let you do so. Do you allow it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I like to make the players know.
See if this finishes.
All right. Are you being truthful about needing mithril?
I mean, I can do it with other metals.
But generally speaking, you would like to use mithril.
I would like to use mithril because it's magic and magic conductive and would help contain the massive amount of
So he would pretty well know that you can definitely use mithril, but you don't have to technically have it.
So, like, it's like you're actually requesting that Sarah's doing this to see if you're doing this for the actual, like,
Right.
necessity of the project or for your own gain.
Okay, yeah. Like I
Both.
guess
That's what Sarah's
so.
trying to
Both.
figure out more
Both.
than anything
Okay.
else.
Both.
Yeah,
Ronathan
yeah.
wouldn't be doing this for free. Like, yes, we get the artifact,
yeah.
but Ronathan
That would be the
also
intention. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's what Sarah's trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's what insights are for. It's intention. That's the intention he has. Is that he's gonna do essentially like he's doing it. Yeah, it's the intention's there. Yeah.
He's
Sarah
gonna.
gives you a
He's gonna.
look.
You give me a look. He's gonna look and wink and go. Now, if you don't have mithril, there's another M metal that I could use that's even better. But it's highly unlikely that since y'all are so ancient that you even have access to this.
What such metal are you speaking?
Misium.
Misium.
The rarest metal of them all.
Misium. What the?
I forgot we had a whole conversation about this.
Misium.
Hey, look, Mittens in our chat beat me to the punchline, but I was lining it up, alright?
Misium. Where is
No,
that?
I completely forgot about this that we had a whole
I did
conversation
not.
about it, and I
I did
forgot.
not. I've been planning, but
Misium.
I knew he was gonna let me look at the item, and so in my head I was like, he's gonna ask me what I need to make it out of. So I was over here like, what can I make it? I was like, I could ask for obsidian, or I could ask for adamantine, but that's not good enough. So I was like, mithril's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then I was like, no, we start with mithril, then we ask for misium, and we insult their intelligence, so then we bait them into getting misium.
Where do I even? Wait, I'm trying to. I don't even see Misium within the metal things. Where is he met at? 'Cause I see adamantine, I see mithril, I see platinum. I see tin. I don't see Misium.
I want to say it's one of the settings. I want to say it's whatever the Loxodon setting is, Ravnica, but I'm not entirely sure.
How do you even spell that?
I don't know.
M-I-Z-Z-I-U-M. M-I-Z-Z-U-I-U-M.
I-U-M?
Yes.
That's why.
It's Ravnica. It's from Ravnica.
Oh,
Yeah.
Misium. I see it now.
You were right, Lane.
Misium apparatus. Uh-huh. That's
Hey,
the
look,
first things
look,
that came up.
This is the perks of playing an incredibly intelligent character, right?
I mean, it is, but
We-
Jesus.
we set him.
Is that what your intentions were on Misium?
Yes,
Apparatus?
we start with mithril, and then we offer misium, and then we insult them, and then they get angry and they either find misium or I get mithril. I don't have to offer.
I mean, there's no downside, technically.
Yeah.
I mean, they could get upset, but then I just. Never mind. I don't know where I was going that
Technically
thought.
speaking, there's no downside because both are very well good. Both are quite good, it seems.
Yeah. Yes, I stand by what I said about them being ancient, and if they had misium, it would complete the object even better and would make a better power source.
Based on my research, the more plausible would probably be mithril, I think.
Probably.
Because Eberron seems to be very is the closest thing I can think of when it comes to this. Like that's like the closest like reference I could find, I think. So I think mithril would be pretty well doable for them, I feel like.
Oh, I had a great idea. Okay, I'm gonna sweeten the deal. I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna assume they're gonna respond with they could go find mithril.
Yeah. They could definitely
Jonathan's
get
gonna
mithril.
look. He's gonna look slightly sad and go, "I'm disappointed." He's like, "There's, a downside to using mithril, but it's fine. We don't have to worry about that. I can create you a power source."
Okay. That's good.
How soon can you get me metals?
Just the mithril, or do you need anything else to construct around it?
Didn't think I'd get this far.
What's that one meme? I can't remember. I didn't think I'd get this far.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd get this far.
This
I'm pretty sure it's
SpongeBob one?
planked in. Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's
yeah.
planked in. I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far.
didn't
Yeah.
think
He thinks, and he goes, "Well, I'm."
Oh, here we
gonna
go.
need
It's the
something that
plankton meme. There we go. I don't
Yeah.
know. I never thought
Yeah,
I'd get this far.
He thinks, and he goes, "I'm gonna need some kind of melting. Do you happen to have any diamonds worth 300 gold? Just
Oh my
kicking about?
god! There's no fucking way you're doing this shit! I'm gonna need a persuasion roll for that one.
Also Kyber
He
Dragon
actually
Shards.
has.
We need
Uh,
Kyber Dragon Shards as well.
You're gonna have to get some persuasion checks in there for that, because that's pushing it at that point.
You mentioned
And a plus.
Eberron.
And a plus. Oh god, this is hysterical.
The time that
Now
you
we're
start asking
done.
for fucking diamonds and shit, they're gonna start looking at you with a side eye, being like, "The fuck."
Run you're doing an extortion.
Okay, what's your
I think it's
I'm trying to think what the word is, like in lawyership and stuff. What's your plea? Is that the word? No. Your case. Yeah, what's your case? There we go.
Well, creating magical objects that do magical things consume power sources, such as powerful spells consuming diamonds. I plan to create a powerful item that needs to absorb something to function.
I see. That does seem very reasonable.
Does it? Does it seem reasonable?
At least the diamond seemed semi-reasonable. You only need one, is that what you're saying?
No, not for something of this magnitude. I mean, one might power you for a day.
Oh my god.
He goes, wait, I have an idea. We'll seal, I have this really great invention that I'm making, and I'll show it to you so you can see my craftsmanship, and then we can negotiate. How does that sound?
I don't see anything wrong with looking at things, I guess.
Alright, he's gonna yell at Mittens. Mittens! I need the fizzy water!
Mittens! Oh my god, the fizzy water. Not the fizzy water.
The fizzy water.
Honestly, you probably could fool them with that, I ain't gonna lie.
They're old. They don't know what this is.
They don't know what the
You
fuck
said
that
they've been
is.
sleeping.
Yeah.
No, you said they've been sleeping.
It's true, you're right, you're not wrong. They probably don't know what that is, as far as you know.
It takes up like 4 vials.
Okay, what do you present to us?
I give one to each of them, and then I take my own vial, and I uncork it, and I go, I present to you my greatest liquid magic ever created. I call this fizzy water.
Fizzy water.
Not only will it make you feel rejuvenated, it will also make you feel warm and tingly.
Sarah is watching this, amazed that Ronathan has even gotten this far.
Fucking plankton beam, that's all I'm saying. I don't know, I never thought I'd get this far.
I'm gonna drink my vial.
I guess since you drunk it, they would drink theirs as well. It's like, oh, okay, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Drinks. And then
Spits
they all
out
have
fizzy water.
They all have like a reaction being like, this is most unique, I would say. How'd you come by such a thing?
Along my travels, one finds many things, and when you have a lot of spare time on your hand, you can just collect materials along the way.
So what, this is your... So that's what you're going for. You had the, you have a fizzy water. Yeah.
He goes, believe it or not, each of those vials sells for, how much did we say they sell for? A stupid amount of gold?
I think it's like 300 or something.
Yeah. Each of those vials is worth the diamond that I asked you for alone. So if we're debating whether or not it's worth it, I would be more than happy to trade a few vials for some diamonds, and I can make do with lesser materials.
How many's a few?
A few what? Diamonds?
Yeah,
I don't know.
how many's a few?
He looks over at Lane and goes, Lane, how many diamonds would it take to make magic like this function properly?
Lane will look at him, catch on, and say, well, it depends. If you're sustaining something living, it's more about it's more of a numbers game. You want to make sure that whenever it's about to go out, it has a way to revive itself. I would say don't slouch on this. I would say, um,
I can't even be mad
probably
about this at this point because like this is just so it's so deep.
probably 50, I would say 15, 20 big diamonds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're not
Ronathan
gonna-
is gonna look at
No,
Lane and go, "Oh wait, hang on." Ronathan's gonna look at Lane and go, "All right,
Motherfucker,
I
what?
shouldn't have asked you." He's gonna
That's
turn back
too
around.
many.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. I can do it with 5 to 7.
Okay, they were like, oh, that seems more reasonable.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was acting more on the side of caution.
You know what? I'll even since you rolled a we'll take the highest of these two numbers, so 7,
Oh yeah.
because you had advantage essentially, because you rolled above a 20. So yeah, 7. It's like, yeah, we can part with 7 for 7 of your vials. Why not? That seems very reasonable. We could use such a thing with something, I suppose.
He looks at the group and goes, "You know what? I'll toss in 1 for free because I'm such a great friend. Buy
how
7,
kind.
get 1 free."
Oh, that's very kind of you.
And he's gonna turn back and look at them and go, "Now that we've included that, is Mizium metal still off the table?"
I'm afraid Mizium is not something within our possibility, unfortunately, but Mithril that very much is.
That's fine. I can do it with Mithril, and I am sure between the diamonds and other magical artifacts that we have in abundance, I can extract the raw essence and create you an even better power source. How much Mithril and how fast can you get it for me?
Yeah, that's the thing I was trying to think of how that would work. Because Mithril is definitely a different beast alone. Because per pound, it's worth over 2,500. So I'm trying to think how many. I guess they'd. I guess they'd probably more curious of like how much you think you would need.
Ooh, that is the question, huh? I'm gonna need like, I don't know, 200 pounds of it.
200 pounds? That's insane.
No, not that much. I was just since
that would be
Lane was
so
over
much
here-
money. Like that's over like 250K or something.
Keep in mind that's all. It's also metal. 200 pounds of metal is
Yeah.
really not that much, realistically.
And to
Technically.
be fair, Mithril is the lightest,
Oh, wait,
most
it's light
flexible
metal.
That's
metal.
true, yeah, but it is worth a lot. Is the thing I'm getting at.
They're an advanced ancient civilization. They should be fine.
Yeah, I was actually off. I was off by half. It's 500K.
Yeah, they should be fine.
That's a lot of gold worth of shit. That's even more than your water.
Oh, we weren't gonna sell it, fam. I was just gonna form it into armor because technically Mithril armor.
How much do you need to make armor?
I don't know, however many pounds the armor normally weighs, because Mithril removes the disadvantage for stealth checks and the strength requirement on armor. So like,
I mean, I
heavy
guess
armor
when you
no
think
longer
about
goes
it,
to
that would
standard.
be if you use enough of that, it would trade for the artifact decently, considering you're putting other stuff in it too. I think so. Yeah, that could work.
And then Mithril weapons. I'm just explaining this for those of the people in your
Mithril
stream that watch it. Yeah, Mithril armor removes disadvantage on stealth and removes strength requirements. So imagine wearing plate mail with a 13 strength and not having disadvantage on strength.
I mean, yeah.
Not that I can wear armor anyway. So
Mittens is the 7 strength and is wearing mithril plate.
That is pretty cool.
yep. And Mithril weapons depends on what kind of weapon you make. But as long as it's not heavy, makes it light. So any weapon, as long as it's not heavy, becomes light. If it's already listed as light, it gets the finesse property. And if it's two-handed, it's now versatile. So imagine a versatile two-handed greatsword now doing, instead of 2d6, dealing 2d8.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is cool.
Let's see. So what's
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
amount?
I spitballed 200. I don't know.
200.
How big is the spear? I don't know. I'm gonna actually make this reasonable.
That's a good question. I guess we could probably base it off of I think it'd probably be at least 5 feet.
Okay, so 5x5. It's dense. It needs to contain it. It's gonna be made out of mithril.
Because it'd be around the table
So
size, which would be about
So
5.
25
Yeah.
cubic feet of metal. Sorry, I'm a bladesmith. I'm gonna do some math.
Yeah, you're good. I'm glad you're using your knowledge for this, yeah. That makes things a lot easier on me because I'd have no fucking clue how to go about that. Like, I could do certain math, but that's asking a lot. Because 25 by 25, is that what you said? Jesus.
No, 5x5 would be.
Oh, 5 by 5.
If you had 25 cubic feet. So, you want to know realistically, math-wise, how many pounds of metals it would take to
How
make you a
much?
25 cubic feet? It would take 4,214 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
To make a ball that is 5x5.
God.
As for what we're gonna reasonably ask for,
Yeah.
I don't know out of character. We're gonna discuss this real quick. Out of character.
Yeah,
He already has mithril plate, so we don't need plate. I can't
Right.
wear armor. Anyone else
can't
need
wear
armor?
Well,
You can't
to
wear
be
armor.
fair, a barbarian can wear up to medium.
Yeah, but I
cannot
lose,
legally-
unarmored, I lose my unarmored defense.
That's true, yeah. But other than that, yeah, technically can.
Blaine is the only one who would.
Yeah, it's only Lane, yeah.
I
But
can't,
only-
unfortunately. If I wear medium or heavy armor, I lose my Eldritch.
Well, you don't
Blade.
even have light armor on, do you?
I do have light armor. I have.
Wait, you
7th
can't
level.
wear medium? Oh, you're not proficient, that's right.
Nope. Yeah, only Hexblade Warlocks get medium in efficiency.
Oh, yeah, so that wouldn't even help Lane at that point then.
Yeah,
So
mithril
it
armor
really-
would only work if we're making it heavy, because then it
Yeah.
removes.
Or medium.
That is the only way.
It's only useful.
Only like 2 medium armors. What scale? Not scale mail. Half plate and what's the other one that poses disadvantage? Chain.
I think
No,
so.
No, that's
scale mail. Scale mail was
Chainmail's
the other
had-
one.
Scale
Chainmail's
does, yeah.
Is it scale mail?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
scale
is.
mail and half plate are the
Thought
ones
scale
that
mail was heavy.
cause disadvantage.
Scale mail's
No.
medium.
Scale amount's medium, yeah.
And half plate's medium. Yeah, so only
Yeah.
if we were using those, we need it. I don't know what it would do for a shield. I don't even know if you could make a mithril shield, but it's not like any of us use a shield. So what about weapons?
Unless I'm add some of the Baldur's Gate 3 options.
You're the main one who does. Oh, yeah, make the scimitar from. Make the.
Baldur's Gate 3 has a really good amount of mithril options, especially shield. The shield's really good. It gives you crit immunity, I believe.
I can't because I run Unseen Malice. Because
Oh, do you?
advantage on attacking and a 19 crit. And the because it's invisible, so you always get advantage as long as you hit.
Yeah, the options
And-
for mithril
You bring
stuff
it down
would be mace,
Weapons.
longsword, scimitar, shield, mail, and splint mail is what they have.
The scimitar is really good in Baldur's Gate 3.
How is it?
Yeah, it doesn't because it ignores resistance to slashing.
Oh, is that what
damage.
that does? Oh, it does.
Yeah, and it doesn't tell you, but if you're dual wielding, that benefit also extends to the other weapon as well.
Does it? Hmm.
Yep.
That's not a bad.
They don't tell you,
Yeah, it's not bad.
but it does. Problem is, most of us don't use weapons.
That's true.
I mean,
Yes,
if
I'd
you
be
want to
the
make
only-
me some bracers that will buff my defense, then I will not complain. But
Bracers potentially.
I mean, yeah, could we just make some homebrew mithril bracers, I guess?
What kind of bracers? Like bracers of defense? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I'm currently wearing bracers of defense. I don't know if Sarah's or not.
I don't think so.
I'm not.
So I'd
I'm
have to
not.
make yours from scrap.
Let's
And then
see,
I can
what
just upgrade them.
does? What's the weight? Let's see, what is the weight of a bracer?
They don't weigh a lot.
Lane could also
2 pounds.
No,
So yeah,
Lane
that's
could-
1 mithril, like of technically the other, because 2
Need to
pounds
get
is
you
what
good.
Baldur's Gate is. 2 pounds is what Baldur's Gate counts mithril ore as. That's
So
the
then
way-
I need 2 pounds for mine. He needs 2 pounds for him.
Yeah,
Well, 5 pounds.
yeah, 5 pounds.
I mean, what benefit would coating my... I'm carrying what? Great Mauls? Or not Great Mauls, I'm carrying Warhammers, I believe. Technically. I had to double check. Yeah, it is a Warhammer. So it'd give it what, the light property?
I think so. seems like the case.
Which really doesn't matter since
Yeah, it
you
doesn't.
already have the ability to throw
You
them.
already have 2 you're using anyway, yeah.
Makes mithril claws.
Jesus.
Becomes Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Anyone else need anything?
Any
Do you want a
ideas?
mithril rapier mittens?
I already have the shadow edgy.
I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah.
could.
What about the
Cold Dragon
giant
Myth.
sword we gave? I would say, what about the giant sword we gave your familiar? What if you gave it to me and I just turned it into a mithril weapon?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we could actually get the giant sword and make it a one-handed weapon.
Shit.
Oh yeah, that's true. We love breaking
Bro,
the
Could you
rules.
imagine
Oh,
Ronan
God.
walks out on the battlefield, giant fucking sword on his back, and the enemy's like, oh, and he just pulls it off one-handed? I'm literally just trying to become Radon in Elden Ring here. Just give me 2 giant fucking swords and make them light, and I'm just gonna walk around with the double bonk build.
Maybe. But they would have, like, for the first part of the
I'd say 100 pounds. 100 pounds to make
yeah.
your spear, and then to fix the smitten sword and to make bracers. 2 bracers.
And how much would you think you would probably be able to use to make the device?
Half that?
Because you could substitute stuff for that, I guess, too.
No. I'd use half of it. 50
Would that
pounds.
even be enough to even kind of do it? I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
Because you could supplement other stuff with it, too, I guess.
Well, because I'm not going to make it a solid, massive, dense.
Oh, I see. It's not going to be
dense
as dense.
ball
yeah.
of.
Yeah,
No.
if it was dense,
a
then yeah. I get it.
casing.
Okay,
No,
if
it's
a
going to be a
casing,
casing with arcane energy inside.
So that's
of
more
it.
doable. Yeah, that's what they probably want anyway. They'd rather have a case of sorts, like a conduit.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want to have to carry around
No,
2 tons of metal.
no, it would be a lot lighter with the mithril. So yeah, like 50 pounds, something like that.
I'd ask for 100.
Well, yeah, but 50
And
didn't
then
do it,
if we-
or what?
Yeah. If they asked me why, I'd just explain to them in case I mess up.
I mean, considering you rolled a 22 persuasion, I think they would definitely be like. I mean, that's a pretty reasonable thing, I suppose. Yeah.
All right. Well, when they gave me the diamonds, I'd immediately just hold them behind my back and wiggle my hand for Lane to come grab them.
Yeah, one of the guards would have like brought it from like one of the portals, because like the portals are almost instantaneous, so like they could easily get around pretty quick. So like think like Oblivion or something of the like, that you just have those teleport paths that are like instant. It's like they just like walk through, come back. Gives the closest one the diamonds and then hands it over in like a sack.
I would just take the diamonds. Yeah, I'd just take the diamonds in the sack and just hold it behind me and wiggle it for Lane to come grab it.
Alright, Lane will.
They see no issue with that. I mean, having someone hold on to it, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna just take a look at it, count them up,
There's 7.
and flash a thumbs up. Well, yeah, these look like rather sturdy diamonds. I think these should do the trick.
Yeah, they're not the same type of diamonds you're used to either. They're like probably more pristine than what you'd normally see. Like
Yeah.
almost like freshly cut.
I cannot believe we got this to work.
Do you say this in character?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Sarah's
that's probably a
just
good. That's probably a good idea you don't, because there's a lot of people
Sarah's
here.
standing there watching all this happen and is amazed that you managed to get this to work. But he's definitely not stupid to say that.
Not just this. I got my ring of spell storing. I got the
True.
books about the people.
Yeah,
Fine.
true.
What
Yeah,
happens when I don't have to play Dum Dum Ronan, who just rages and smashes shit?
Yeah, I like the idea of the Jackal Mr. Hyde type concept we got going.
He's not even Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He's Bruce Banner now. Like,
Well, yeah, you're kind of more of a. You're right. It's like a Hulk Banner thing, but still, I get that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
and not just switch when he wants. I'm like Avengers Endgame Bruce Banner.
Yeah, you're like the advanced one, yeah. Like even
Yeah,
Ronan will
but
have like
that's
his
what he
moments
does.
where like he doesn't want to come out, be like, I don't want to do it.
Specifically when Thanatos beats the living crap out of him.
Yeah. Brings a paladin. He's like, I don't want to go.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd ask for that, and then I'd tell him I could probably have it completed in, if everyone left me alone, 2 days. If I
Yeah,
took
probably.
breaks a week.
Yeah, I think 2 days to a week sounds reasonable for sure, considering you're only making like a dome of sorts, like not mass of any kind, like just like a shell.
And now is the time that I'm gonna turn to Mittens and ask him what magical items we have in the bag of holding that we're not using.
That's a good question. That's a good thing to segue to.
I'm basically gonna do what Gale does. He
Oh my
pulls
god.
the weave from the magic items to put into
Don't eat the boots. Magical
demon
boots.
armor.
The demon armor, yeah, that's true.
The Ion, U1,
Yeah, the ion stuff probably too.
Okay,
the
so-
insight and intellect ones.
So I'll take the armor. Do we have any creature parts?
Yeah, you probably
Magical
would.
creatures?
I would imagine.
Yeah,
Would.
Sarah does.
Man, this is all coming
Sarah-
together.
Sarah has.
Y'all have been like,
Sarah.
this is like the long haul. Like you've been holding this shit out for a while.
Sarah has gargoyle talons,
I mean, that does
horn
count.
devil
Yeah.
tail,
Oh,
horn
yeah.
devil wing,
Yeah, that would
and
work.
shadow gargoyle talons,
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that would.
and snake skin still for some reason.
That would.
I
That
have
would.
a young Odogaron
Gargoyle
plate
heart.
that I'm not using.
Oh yeah, that would count.
The demon armor would probably be nice. And
Just
then...
make a list of everything, like in chat or whatever
Yeah.
chat. Doesn't really matter which.
Got it. I got you. I'll put it here. Here.
Whichever way, it
Use
doesn't really
demon
matter.
armor,
As long as we can see it
The
somewhere.
gargoyle. You said they're talons, yeah?
Talons, yeah.
Talons
What was-
and hearts.
Hearts.
What was that last one you said? Not the gargoyle heart, before that.
Horned devil wings and a horned devil tail.
There was something after those.
The shadow gargoyle talons.
Oh, so they're different from the regular gargoyle talons?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just slightly
Mhm.
different.
Apparently.
Oh, I also have
Are
the
you gonna
horn
use
of-
them?
Nope.
I'll take both
Just
the
to sell
gargoyle.
them.
I also
Okay,
have the
you
horn
got
devil fork,
8.
You have
got
the
2
what?
regular gargoyle talons
the
and
horn
6.
double, horn double fork.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I did totally disarm him of that and then murder him with it so I could keep it. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Oh yeah, the fork.
Yeah, your fork.
I remember taking it specifically because doesn't it like reduce maximum hit points or something? It did something like
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
Mittens is like, hold on, it's in my notes.
Yeah, it is something like that, I'm pretty sure.
I specifically remember planning to disarm him just so I could have his fork, just so I could use it for what it does, and then immediately gave it to Mittens and forgot about it.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I'll use from what we have: the demon armor, the gargoyle talons, and the shadow talons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could work. For sure. Just mark it off of your...
And then it helps clear out some of our inventory.
It's true.
And it's not like we don't have like 4,000 gallons left of fizzy water, so
Yeah, you do have a little bit of that.
a little bit. I mean, we only gave up what 8 vials. We had like what 70 something.
I guess that's true, yeah. Yeah, you had a decent amount for sure.
We did get like 60 or 70. I think it was closer to 100. I know Mittens has the
Maybe.
exact number.
There's a number for it. There's a number.
It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. 100 pounds of mithril, and then the 3 magic items, and use 50 pounds for that, and then what was I gonna make? 2 bracers, and what was the third? Oh yeah, the sword. I was making the sword mithril.
Yeah. True.
So yeah, I'd say a week, 2 days to work non-stop on the orb, and then like the rest of the 5 days, because the sword would probably take me more time than the artifact would.
Probably, yeah. Probably would, yeah.
What do I mean, I don't imagine we're doing too much more tonight, so you have time to think about it. But what would the
Right.
mithril bracers offer?
Mithril bracers. I mean, that's a good question. Since they're mithril bracers, I think. I'm trying to think of how much mithril that would cost, because like I want it to be more than 2 pounds. I feel like. What's it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna literally mimic the
I'm sure-
bracers, like the same weight and everything. I just
I'm-
wanted to know what benefits.
I was trying to think if there was like if we would like, because like the normal bracers are only like 2 pounds. I think that's not nearly enough for that. I feel like it should be a little
Well,
bit
Mithril's
more.
also super light, though.
That's true. I feel like 20 pounds. I don't know. What's a reasonable weight for a bracer?
2 pounds.
Is it still 2 pounds? Yeah, I guess that's fair.
It's literally just it's a metal bracelet.
I see.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm trying to think. Cause that's considered. Well, it's not really a. It's not. I don't know if that'd be considered an armor though. It wouldn't be, would it?
No.
The braces or defense are not. They're a wondrous item.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an armor. It would be just a. Just an item itself, I guess. So that wouldn't apply either of those things technically. So it would probably. Let's try to think of what else Mithril does. Let's see. Just double checking. So selling stuck into the item. I'm trying to think what else it could do. Cool feet. To wear. Cause let's see. I think since you're using mithril, a very rare metal, I think it'd be fair to give it the same benefit as what's it called? Is it this? Give it the same effect as bracers plus Stone of Good Luck, I would say.
Yeah.
So +1, +1.
Mm-hmm.
+1 to saving throws, +1 to ability checks. Yeah.
Love that for me.
Oh, so it wouldn't be +2 AC, it'd just be +1? Or
Or
are you talking about giving you the bracers of defense
It is
for
plus-
which no 2, and then the
Plus
Stone
2
of Good Luck?
AC plus the Stone
Yeah,
of Good Luck.
I'm saying both effects in one because you're using mithril. Because it's worth a lot,
Okay.
so that would make sense.
Mhm.
Because that's the equivalency of like a lot of gold, so that would make sense. It's within the
Do
realm
I
of
need to...
possibility.
So I obviously have to make his entirely from scratch.
Yeah.
Would it be beneficial to just make mine from scratch and give my bracers to somebody in the party who wants them? Like Lane, maybe, who can't wear armor?
That would be beneficial for Lane. It'd give them a higher saving throw and armor class and ability checks.
Well, I wouldn't give him the mithril ones. Ronan would take those, but
Just your
my
normal
regular
ones. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that.
We wouldn't be able to use them because he wears light armor.
Yeah. Yeah, the bonus from studded leather is literally the same as the bracers of defense.
Oh, you are wearing light armor. Yeah, you couldn't do that then.
We need to get Lane some plus something studded leather. Can we put in an order for +3 studded leather?
An order.
No,
Have
well,
it
we
in-
need an elven chain because my dexterity is awful anyway.
That's what I was thinking.
No.
I'm an
Why
elf.
should-
It makes sense.
It does.
Can't you ask your past lives to put in an order for you?
Your
for
past
elven chain?
lives.
I'll tell you what. Tonight when I'm
when I'm doing my trance, I'm gonna see if there's anywhere in the shared elven memory where someone buried some elven chain or something on this island. I don't think anyone would have, but it's worth a shot.
You know
Like a
what?
treasure hunt.
Sure, I'll
Okay.
even give you a
Yeah.
roll for it if you want to try doing that.
Well, elves are a long living race, so surely the Warforged of this island knew a few elves, and there might be
Like, I would
some
even give you
elven.
like an advantage history for that, just to aid you in that, because like that's using a feature with that, so that would make sense.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
See if
I'll
you're able
even
to
add
like
my new guidance on top
see if
of
you can
it.
call on your ancestors with your history knowledge.
Alright. Got advantage, and I'll use guidance as well, so I'll roll
Yeah,
that
you
right
could
afterward.
Oh yeah, true, you have guidance now. Ooh, and guidance, yeah, that could be good.
Oh, 1d4.
Yeah,
I don't.
18 still good.
18.
18's still a really good number.
Behind.
So you're trying to find Elven Chainmail, eh? From a past life.
Yeah.
Very, very
We
interesting.
can say something about Lane's low AC.
Well, based on your previous life knowledge, long ago, you won't really probably know the exact time, obviously, because like you're not gonna get like the exact number. But you would imagine, since none of these Warforges were here yet, they were all humanoids at the time. You could presume it was more than 300 years ago, at least, if not longer. So quite a bit longer than that, most likely. And you would notice that they would have infused a elven chain armor into one of the. I'm trying to think what it's called. They would have infused one of them with the. What's it called? I'm trying to think what it's called. There definitely would be one somewhere for sure.
We're gonna have to go grave robbing to find it.
Who knows? Guess you can go look and see. You'll know where the
Well,
location is at least.
I think there's a spot. We can go check.
Possibly the library. Hard to say exactly, but you have a good idea that it might be there. With like one of the
I
displays or
have
something.
I have a good feeling that my uh, my kind created had some elven chain that they stored it roughly in the area that's become the library. So uh, we can go check that out.
Ronathan's gonna be busy for the next week.
Yeah.
But before we end everything off, to help me give something to prepare for the next plays, just so I can get that going, just so whenever you do get there, you'll be able to do all that. You have choices to choose between, so that I know which one you would want to do. But there's two different areas left that you get to choose from. One is the spine of Tethius. It's the mountain-esque area that has the lair in the ground. And the other one is the Ashenfell, which has a fortress in the wastelands with a powerful warlord that rules over it and all that good stuff. So one's potentially a maze and the other one's potentially like a fortress. So you can pick between those two.
Sounds fascinating. I'm gonna let other people pick because I
Fortress
could.
for lads.
Yeah, this is the one you'd probably pick then, because this is the one for the Crown of Draconic Domination, I believe. Yeah, that's
Imagine
what
the
it says.
fortress might have things I can smash in the face.
And the fortress is, so yeah, one for Spine, two for Ashenfell, I guess, then. So I know what I'm working with. Because I can get that put together pretty easily with that. since both can be done pretty easy. Because I have some pretty good ideas for the first one for sure.
A really good idea for the first one.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about those already. I think it'll be really interesting how it goes. So I think that, yeah, that's fair. The first one does seem more enticing for sure.
Okay.
A potential maze-like
Doing it.
structure or whatever underground
Block 1.
in the volcano region, essentially, which Ronan may or may not have good knowledge about. Hard to say, but he would have the best chance, at least, out of the party, because he at least know generally where such a place would potentially be, because he's pretty, well versed in the volcanic area. So, one is probably the best bet right now, for sure. Well, actually, oh wait, no, sorry. The first one is Copper/Deep Dragon. That's right. The second one is the gold one. I mixed the two up. But yeah, the first one's the underground, yeah. With the tunnels.
It was in that moment that I just realized that the good stone also increases your passive abilities.
Yeah, like initiative and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Not just
does.
initiative. Not just initiative, a passive perception, investigation, and insight.
Well, yeah, because it's considered with ability check, I guess, right? Yeah. Because you're still checking technically, so I guess that would make sense. So, would you like to look and see if you can find that armor in the library?
Yeah, I would.
Heck, you could probably even ask the librarian. They might be inclined to help you out, considering you seem to be on good terms at this point. Considering it's almost like a network, I would say. Like you would pretty well know that they pretty well acknowledge all the things you've already done at this point. Like it's almost like a network of knowledge at this point. Like nothing is forbidden. Nothing's like out of reach for everyone here in knowledge. So as far as that goes, they pretty well know that you've discussed negotiations at this point. So they would be probably more than willing to help you in your efforts if you told them.
Alright.
Yeah, Lena will approach them and they'll, hey, I know this is probably a bit out of the blue, but I went through, did some trancing, looked into some shared elven memory and stuff, and apparently one of my progenitors actually lived here, and apparently did some sort of smithing, something along those lines. So I was just sort of curious if you had any sort of armor on display, anything along those lines, that maybe might have belonged to him at some point, just so I could sort of, see where I came from, see, the stuff that came before me.
Previous life. I
Yeah,
presume this is before a while ago.
Yeah, before you, all most likely.
Yeah, we probably had some descendants that were here before that had either negotiations or co-inhabited with elfin kind. Doesn't seem very impossible. It's not, I mean, they were probably on pretty good terms at that. Well, I mean, still would be in good terms, of course. But obviously, they're in different areas now, considering what your discussions had previously mentioned. So, yes, I think our memory does give us. Our memory does have a slight inclination that. And he'd like kind of like snap his fingers, and like you see his fingers glow as it leads a trail over towards the door as a. What's that one? I'm trying to think that one spell is called. Almost like the deactivation of like a invisibility or something of that nature, and then it like almost like he forgot about it and like it just appears on like an armor stand. It's like, oh, I guess we did have one all this time, but it was concealed by a spell, it seems. It seems they were holding this here, and unless someone never come back to get it, so I see no reason why you cannot have it, since none of us are going to need such a thing.
Are you sure you don't want to just, I know you all are very, very keen on sort of recording information, but
Oh,
you want to
information.
take
Do you
some.
have any kind of information that we can acquire from you? That would make sense, yes.
Well, what I can do is I can meditate with this tonight. I can try and find out more about its creator, and I would be more than happy to share that with you all.
That seems like a good trade to me. Knowledge is our most thing, and we don't have full knowledge on this item, so it makes sense to do so since we will not need it after we have the information on it anyway, and we could probably make our own if we ever wanted to.
You could.
Potential.
He's just gonna run his fingers through like the chainmail. It's certainly some very fine chaining.
Very good chain shirt, yeah. Interlocking metal rings and all that good stuff. You can feel the magic coursing through the armor from your elven ancestor.
Magic, the flexibility.
Very flexible.
Yeah. My progenitors, they were.
And it only weighs 20 pounds, so it's not that bad.
Wow, it does only weigh 20 pounds.
Yeah, it's pretty light, considering it's medium.
Wait, we'll get up, take a bit of time to sort of try it on, move his arms about in it.
Yeah, so you'd spend like the next like roughly 10 minutes based on how armor is usually done. So about the next 10 minutes, like kind of fitting all the armor on, since you have to like put different pieces on, and after that 10 minutes, you just have like everything, put on correctly, and you definitely feel the slight increase in weight to your person after putting it on. And that would increase your. Do you have a? What is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 12.
So you'd only get. So it'd be 16. 16 would be your AC then, because it's a +1 armor.
Yeah, but chain shirt is only 13 base, so.
Oh, is it 13 base?
Will be
Okay.
14.
So
Yeah.
it'd be 15 total. Yeah.
Which is still an improvement.
Oh, was
So
this, what was yours before?
13.
Oh, you got 2 then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 15 then, since you only have a 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a 14 armor plus the 1. Yep. It's a +1 armor. And since it's elven chain, you automatically have proficiency regardless of it being medium.
So the government won't be taking away my Eldritch Blast license.
Correct. Yeah, you will not be. Your Eldritch Blast will not be taken away from you today. Not yet.
Yep.
And they're like, well, I hope you find out something good when you rest later.
I hope so.
Because
as
based
well.
on based on the information we received, you're probably gonna be here for a little while, which will more than happily accommodate as much as we can while you stay here for the next week at least. As much as we can, considering we don't need as much as you all do this time anymore, since we are more anatomical, more mechanical than we are living at this point. But we can still eat and drink if we so desire it. We just don't need to as often. We have gardens and things that you can potentially ask us, and we can get you things from there and things of that nature while you're here.
Oh, I would love to see that. Can you imagine some of the stuff that you're growing here is stuff that the rest of the world hasn't seen in centuries. So absolutely, I'd love to see some of that.
All right. that would be a fun thing for you. Let's see. I think that's where we will. We're a bit over anyway, and I think that we're at a good stopping point. We know what we're doing for the next plays, so that's the important bit. We'll be doing the Spine of Tethys, I think is how it's said. I think that's the best way of saying it. Spine of Tethys. The network of tunnels beneath the tallest peak, Mount Bothrak, which is the domain south of the Golden Territory.
Cool. I'm gonna go pass out. My brain is turning off.
I'm glad you were able to make it with us this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're tired, by all means, yeah, you're good.
Yep. Talk to y'all some other time.
Alright, sounds good. Yep.
I got 5 hours of sleep last night. I need to fix a lot of things.
Yeah, that's
by
fair.
fix, I mean I'm going to
So did y'all
probably
like the implementation of more RP this time around?
I loved it, honestly. I feel like we definitely went off the rails a bit, and I really
No, I'm
appreciate
fine.
it.
I'm fine with that. I'm glad you're having fun and talking.
Great. Yeah, no, it's fun. And
that's all that matters, honestly. I don't even care if we went off the whole time. As long as you're having fun, that's what matters.
I like having these sessions like this every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. I try to do it every so often, but not like all the time, obviously. But I try to mix it up as much as possible. Because I know that doing the same thing, like I've been doing every once in a while, is kind of draining for sure. As someone that doesn't like that, it does make me think of like, oh, I wouldn't like that, so they wouldn't like that. So I don't know what I was thinking at that point, but lessons are learned. You figure shit out. No one's perfect. Not even no DM's perfect. Everyone's got their flaws, of course.
Yeah, no, and that's something that I like to keep in mind when I'm DMing as well. It's like I'm only human. I'm
yeah, like if you like
going
something,
to
then they would
fuck shit
probably
up.
like it, and if you don't like something, they probably don't like it either.
Exactly.
Hence why I like to add as much things that I like as possible without adding too many things that you don't like as possible. Because as a player myself as well, it helps a lot because I could be like, oh, I wouldn't like that. Which I guess DMs technically are players themselves, but I meant like as playing as a player, if that makes sense. It's slightly different. There's a slight aspect difference, I guess is what I'm getting at.
There is.
Very slight, yeah. That's why I like being a player as much as I can. That way I can get that perspective and just know what works and what doesn't work based on other things.
I get that, honestly. I definitely steal a lot of inspiration.
Oh, hell yeah. Taking inspiration, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you change it the way you like it, I think it's fine.
Thievery is a core part of being a dungeon
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you take that shit and make it yours so much that they don't know where it came from. I think that's it for now. We will be back next week with the conclusion of this and into the next one.
Alright.
Because you're getting close to the end of this arc. Not super close, but close enough.
Ooh. Very exciting.
You're approaching ever closer to the end of this arc.
Good night, y'all.
All right. Good night. Goodbye, stream. We'll see you next week.
Same time, same channel.
Same time, same channel. Gonna post it on the YouTube right after this. Takes a little while sometimes, but hopefully not too long. Boop.